You can measure the size of an elephant. You can clock the speed of a cheetah, but you can't quantify the heart of a kings, queens, and in-betweens. Welcome to Dr. Boxing Talk. Stream starts now.
The champ is here! 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 The champ is here!
If I tell you I'm good, probably you'll say I'm boasting. If I tell you I'm no good, you know one line.
The champ is here. The champ is here. Let's get it. The champ is here. What it do, what it do, what it do. Good, great, grand morning to y'all. Getting ready to be afternoon if you're on the East Coast. You know what I'm talking about? Welcome, welcome, welcome on this wonderful Thursday. Thirsty Thursdays. You know what I'm talking about? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ladies and lads, hermanos, mi hermanas, dude and dudettes, kings and queens, and everything in between. Y'all know what time it is. Doctors in the house. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. We got Smoochie. Smoochie Chi in the building. Said finally caught alive. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You know what I'm talking about? But look, check this out, though. We have some things to talk about on this Thursday. We have a fight this Thursday. You know, speaking of the ladies, one time for Smoochie, one time for the ladies. We actually have a fight headlined by some ladies, you know. Michaela Mayer will be fighting Mary Spencer. You know, Mary Spencer will be defending her WBA 154-pound belt, junior middleweight, against Michaela Mayer, who's known as a 147-pound welterweight champion, who's moving up in her debut at a new weight class. And not only will she be fighting for Mary Spencer's WBA belt, but also for the vacant WBO and WBC title as well, because O'Shea Jones has the IBF, right? Shout out to O'Shea Jones, another one of Bozy Ennis's champions. You know what I'm saying? She has the IBF, but the other two are vacant. So they retroactively, after the fight that was announced, they made that fight for 3 belts. So I think it's kind of funny, you know. And it's the irony is that they say that Clarissa Shields is the one that's opportunistic and she doesn't really fight anybody for their belts. Well, Michaela Mayer is about to fight somebody else that Clarissa Shields beat in the amateurs. Clarissa Shields beat her in the amateurs. It wasn't in the pros, but it was in the amateurs. But it's just funny that's another one of Clarissa Shields' opponents, right? Because Clarissa Shields doesn't fight anybody, but it just seems like everybody that somebody's fighting is somebody that Clarissa Shields already beat in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Ain't that funny, Smoochie? For the person that ain't fight nobody, gosh dang, bro. A lot of people fight the people that she done beat. You know what I'm saying? That'd be Michaela Mayer. That'd be Shadeja Green. It's just a whole lot of them. You know what I'm talking about? And Mary Spencer, she only lost to one person. She has 2 losses, but she only lost to one person. It was Femke. Can't remember her last name, but she lost to the same person twice. So that's not bad. You see what I'm saying? But it's just funny. You know, it's just funny that a lot of people that Clarissa Shields, for somebody who ain't beat nobody, a lot of people that she beat have become champions and targets of other people that want to be champions. It's just funny. But anyway, man, before we get to the nonsense, let's go ahead and say our prayers. Please join me and bow your heads. Let's thank the Most High. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we want to thank you for your blessings. Thank you for waking us up this wonderful day, this new day, another moment, another minute, another hour, another day, hopefully another week, Lord. We just want to give you all the praises and know and recognize that we can't make it here without you, you know. And I know that you sometimes we feel like we may feel overwhelmed with what's on our plate and wonder why we have so much trouble that comes along with it. But at the same time, we have to also be appreciative, because that trouble, that hard time, the mud that we go through is what builds character and what it's like a rites of passage, and that right throughout that rites of passage, we know that you're always with us. You know, whether you're behind us, in front of us, beside us, even carrying us. We just want to thank you for that. You give us the courage and the strength to keep going despite whatever's going on in our lives, because we can always look back to other troubling situations or other hardships that we done came out of, and we know it's because of you. So we want to thank you for that, Lord. And we also want to ask you for mercy on those that are in Jamaica and all the people and countries and islands that are impacted by this category 5 hurricane, but especially in Jamaica right now, because the eye of the storm was on them. And but any country that's in that trajectory of Hurricane Melissa, Lord, we just ask that you be with them, protect them, and give them the strength to keep going, Lord. And those that have passed away, we want to send our sincerest condolences and thoughts and prayers to their loved ones, and also offer our wishes of for them to rest in peace with you, Lord, as they return home. So we thank you for your blessings, and give you all the glory, and we just ask for your continued forgiveness, and let us please be the light in the world that we seek. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen, amen. We got my brother Pat Bandero in the building. Shout out to my brother Pat Bandero. He said, Dr. Abass said, talk, salute, salutations, my brother. Shout out to you, man. Doctor bringing the news. You know I'm bringing the news. And you know I'm bringing the news. You know I'm bringing it, baby. You know I'm bringing it. You feel me? That's what we do. Shout out to Smoochie said, love to Jamaica. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Smoochie said, nice. I didn't even know there was a fight tonight. Yeah, there's a fight tonight. Your people's good, Doc. Thank you for asking, Smoochie. Yeah, my people are good. Yeah, you know, as good as they can be. You know, they're alive. So, hey, we're alive. We good. You know what I'm talking about? So, that's the mentality we have anyway, you know. It's so funny because most of us, you know, I'm talking about all of us now that have been through stuff that didn't have the privilege of being sheltered and grow up in a fluid situation. I'm not knocking those that have, but you know, we tend to take things on the chin a little bit better. You know, we tend to roll with the punches a little bit better. You know, some of the people ain't never been through stuff, and then when they go through something, they lose their gosh dang mind. Yeah, man, but it's rough out there though, man. I've seen some pictures and videos and talked to some people, man. It is rough, man. So please send your prayers and your thoughts. But yep, if we're alive, we all right. You know, I'm thankful for that too. But yeah, so but thank you for asking, Smoochie. I appreciate it. But yeah, so speaking of the fight that Smoochie said she didn't know that there was a fight tonight. That's okay. Ain't nobody knew. Don't nobody know there's a fight tonight. You feel me? Because the fight is on Top Rank. And isn't that funny that the fight is on Top Rank, chat? Top Rank, they kind of going through it, right? You know, they're lacking a broadcast deal for the first time in almost a decade, right? I believe 8 years there with ESPN. And that's okay. I'm not knocking it because you know me. I keep my stance the same. I'm consistent. I want Al Heyman and PBC to thrive. I want Bob Arum and Top Rank to thrive. I want Eddie Hearn and Matchroom to thrive. Frank Warren and Queensberry. Ben Shalom and Boxer. Or whoever, you know what I'm saying? Don King and Trilla and everything else he has, you know? Because that's more boxing. You see what I'm saying? Like, and shout out to Turkey Al Shake and Riyadh. I want that to thrive as well, you know, as long as they're doing right by the fighters. But Top Rank, you know, there's been a lot of people, a lot of nerd. I mean, I'm a nerd, right? To some extent, well, I am a nerd. I got my PhD, so I'm a nerd, you know. But what I'm talking about, like a nerd and them goofies, right? That they like to make these proclamations without any type of substance. You know, the foundation of their statements is always hate, right? It's never research. It's never substance. It's never quality. It's always just I'm gonna say this because I feel this way, like an emotional little bitch. I'm not gonna lie. And so, but it's just so funny because most of these emotional bitches, they always direct their energy towards one entity, and they just gang up because, you know, people can't stand on their own. It takes courage and strength to stand on your own. They want to stand in the group, you know, because they feel enforced, they feel galvanized, they feel strong when they with a group of people. You see what I'm saying? So as long as they all keep saying the same thing, even though it's regurgitated from one stupid ass ignorant source, then it's okay because they're all saying it, right? So there's been a lot of talk about PBC dying for the last 10 years. You see what I'm saying? For the last decade, PBC's been dying. Since I heard about PBC's inception, it's been dying. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying, hey, we're all dying. As soon as we're born, we're dying effectively, right? You know, some just die more faster than others, you know? But anyway, it's just funny that PBC is dying, but PBC is about to have a card on December 6th, headlined by Lamont Roach and Aesop Pitbull Cruz, two PBC fighters, one Mexican, one American. Aesop Pitbull Cruz, the WBC interim 140-pound champion, defended his title against, or interim title against WBA 130-pound champion Lamont Roach. Mexican Cruz, American Roach, both PBC. Then on the undercard, you have Janabek Alimkhanuly, the Kazakhstan 160-pound middleweight unified WBO and IBF champion, going against, who's a top ranked fighter, going against Erislandy Lara, the 160-pound WBA champion out of Cuba, right? He's a PBC fighter. Janabek is a unified champion that's a top ranked fighter. He's fighting on the PBC card. And then on the undercard of that, on another fight on the undercard is Jesus Ramos, another PBC fighter, with Shane Mosley Jr., or Shane Mosley Jr., who was a Golden Boy fighter. Now I don't know. I guess he's just a free agent. But that's another PBC card, right? You got the Mexican versus American again. Actually, I think Jesus Ramos is Mexican American, so I think it's two Americans. And then the other card that's just been announced and official on that, the other fight that's on that card that has just been announced to be official was Oshaki Foster, the 130-pound WBC champion American, going against Stephen Fulton, the WBC featherweight 126-pound champion American, right? The former is a top-ranked fighter. The latter is a PBC fighter. So that's two top-ranked champions, Oshaki Foster and Janabek, on a PBC card. Can you imagine if it was two PBC champions on a top-ranked card? Because you don't have to imagine. If you can't imagine it, that's okay. If you don't have an extensive imagination, that's okay. Because I can give you examples that you could go and look up where you don't need to imagine it because it's real life, right? Go back and see every time a PBC fighter is on a Riyadh season card. Oh, it's because PBC's dying and they're lending out their champions. Whenever a PBC fighter's on a Matchroom card, oh, it's because they're lending out their champions and they're dying. Whenever a PBC fighter's on a top rank card, oh, it's because they don't have enough room and not enough dates to put their fighters on their own card, so they lend them out because they're dying. Top rank is lending out two fighters on PBC. I have yet to hear these same aficionados and experts keep the same energy and tell me how much Top Rank and Bob Arum is dying. Tell me how much they are dying. I haven't seen it. I thought you were interested in that type of information, right? Because you don't really care about information. You just, I don't know, maybe somebody on PBC banged your grandma or something. I don't know. Maybe Al Heyman was pokey your auntie and your stepmama. Maybe I don't know what it is. I don't know where the hate is at. I don't understand it. Keep the same energy. Because it looks like Top Rank with no broadcasting deal is lending out their fighters to PBC. So I guess they're dying together. That's number one. Number two, they have a card today. And Smoochie says she didn't even know there was a fight tonight. And if you ask me right now, I could find it, but I don't know where the fight is going to be broadcasted tonight. Now, in a way, last time he fought was on Facebook. When's the last time I've been on Facebook? I couldn't gosh dang tell you. Probably to make a post about Dr. Boxer Talk or something like that. Who uses Facebook? Now, in a way, the Phenom, Top Rank Phenom, Japanese Phenom, Super Bantamweight Phenom, Undisputed Phenom, fought on Facebook Live. Imagine if that was PBC fighting on Instagram Live. But anyway, don't let me tell you. I want y'all to check out Ariel Helwani. Let them tell you. You know what I'm saying? Let them tell you what's going on with the top ranked fighters right now. Because Smoochie didn't know. I don't know. But we about to find out together. Let's see. Don't take it from mine. Because when I say stuff, I'm a hater. You know? And this is for educational purposes so I don't get copyrighted, right? And when I say it, I'm a hater. Let's see if they call Helwani a hater or Devin Haney a top ranked hater. Let's check it out.
Top promotions in America. It's them.
I wonder where all their fighters are going to go.
Yeah. Well, now you got like Richard Torres is a big name. He's fighting on some random card. Michaela Mayer is fighting.
I see one fighter today. He's fighting on Tubi.
Yeah, Michaela Mayer is on like
Tubi. Richard Torres is a top-ranked fighter. He's fighting on a random card. You saw somebody fighting on Tubi. I thought they talked trash about fighting on BLK Prime when you're Deontay Wilder. Oh, you can't fight on BLK Prime, but you can fight on Tubi with no problem. Oh, okay.
them.
I wonder where all their fighters are gonna go.
Yeah. Well, now you got like Richard Torres is a big name. He's fighting on some random card.
Richard Torres is a big name. He's an American prospect heavyweight, former Olympian. He's fighting on a random card. He's on Top Rank. Let's keep it going.
Michaela Mayer is fighting.
I see one fighter today. He's fighting on Tubi.
Yeah, Michaela Mayer is on like Top Rank Classics tomorrow.
Michaela Mayer is on Top Rank Classics. Gosh dang, dog. You got an active fighter fighting on a broadcast where they play classics. If I go to Top Rank Classics, I see classic fight. I should probably see like, Tim Bradley when he was on Top Rank. I should probably see, I don't know, Lomachenko versus Gary Russell. You know what I'm saying? I should probably see, I don't know, maybe Pacquiao. I shouldn't go on Top Rank Classics to see active current fighter. We gonna run that back again so it could sit with you and you can hear what they saying.
I see one fighter today. He's fighting on Tubi.
Yeah, Michaela Mayer is on like Top Rank Classics tomorrow. No, it's like I don't even know what that is. Inoue fought on Facebook.
That sucks, man.
And Abdullah Mason's on the card. He's a huge deal.
Bro, he said, bro, she's fighting on classics. I don't even know what that is. He said Inoue fought on Facebook. Hey, that's all I wanted to show, man. That's all I wanted to show right there, man. Just in case you think that, the doc is hating because the doc, because when you point out the hypocrisies, somehow it's your hating. No, once again, I don't think it's a good thing that a big boxing promoter is down. I actually think Top Rank is going to bounce back, and I'm rooting for them to bounce back. Why do I think they're going to bounce back? It's because I have details and evidence to corroborate with my theory, right? I think they're going to bounce back because they just re-signed Brian Norman. I think they're going to bounce back because sometimes broadcasting deals end, right? TNT inside the NBA, that was formerly on TNT with Shaq, Chuck, Ernie Johnson, and Kenny J. Smith. They're not dying because they're no longer on TNT. No, it's because they went to ESPN because ESPN brought the rights to that deal. Now, it's a little different because it seems like nobody's as interested in Top Rank as they would like, or else they would have negotiated something, right? A deal with exclusivity, but I still think you could bounce back. But it's funny because when PBC leaves Showtime, people don't say the whole thing that, Showtime was just closing their sector off that was dedicated to sports, or maybe they're getting taken over by Paramount, who do not have the same vision for their sports for sports to be included on their platform. Oh no, it's because PBC's dying, and the last ditch effort, Jeff Bezos, the multi-billion dollar, one of the richest men in the earth, he made a stupid ass investment in PBC because he doesn't know better. And your common goofy fat sloppy body ass is right here talking about PBC is dying because you know better. Yeah. So Jeff Bezos, who owns Amazon and all this, I'm not saying that he micromanages every aspect of it, but we're talking about a guy who's pretty damn good at creating things and investing in things. You're saying he made a mistake investing in PBC. And you never invested in nothing in your life. You probably ain't even invested in a toothbrush with your nasty mouth ass. You probably ain't even invested in some clean drawers with your dirty body ass. You ain't even invested in a good diet with your fat, sloppy body ass. Oh, but you gonna tell Jeff Bezos that he made a bad investment in PBC. Shut your stupid ass up. It's crazy, bro. Like, it's crazy. That's a problem with the internet, bro. Everybody on the internet has an opinion, and they're the smartest person, they're the richest person, they're the finest person, they're the healthiest person, they're everything. Everything, and ain't earned nothing. You have nothing to prove anything that you're saying. You can't prove to be smart. You ain't got nan degree to prove that you're smart in anything. You ain't got nan. You ain't in shape to show me that you should be some gosh dang boxing aficionado to tell me if a fighter's in shape or not. You ain't got no forecast. You know what I'm saying? You have no proof of your forecasts or predictions on finances or anything else being accurate. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro. You could be the ugliest, dumbest, brokest, richest, smartest, handsomest person on earth as long as you're on the internet. all at the same time. It's crazy. Shout out to my brother Al Booger in the building. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy, bro. I could go work out right now, and somebody on the internet would make fun of my body or make fun of my workout. They can't do nan piece of the workout. But it don't matter because you on the internet with an avatar. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother Al Booger. Shout out to my brother 2-4 in the building. What up, folk? It's nuts. It's nuts. B-Dog, they got him on Tubi, B-Dog. Shout out to my brother B-Dog. They got him on Tubi, man. Tubi rank. Tubi rank is crazy. Like I said, I'm not. I know it sounds like I'm coming hard on Top Rank. I'm not. Like I honestly, genuinely, God knows my heart, bro. I'm literally rooting for them because I think they will bounce back. Brian Norman is one of my favorite fighters. I don't want them to go down, especially if he loses to Devin Haney. Then it'll be harder to bounce back if you're on a promotional company that's struggling, right? I don't want that. I don't think. And you know, I rock with Xander Zayas. Shout out to Xander Zayas. Who we're gonna get into that news later. I think it's better for the boxing landscape, but just keep that same energy, man. If you're going to be goofy all the time. Don't you be selectively goofy or selectively critical. You got to keep the same energy, bro. I don't see nobody talk about Top Rank dying. And they damn near dead. They damn near dead. I think he's dead. Billy Bob, I think he's dead. Shout out to my brother Kendrick in the building. I want that smoke making the referee stop the fight, bro. I want the smoke because, you know, there's been a goofball that's came over to my channel talking that nonsense. You know what I'm saying? There's been a goofball come to my channel talking that nonsense and couldn't substantiate nothing. You know, and I put him in the corner. They want to act like somebody's attacking them. I'm not attacking you, bro. I'm just asking for you to be thorough. You see what I'm saying? I'm asking for you to give me examples, not just your fugazi ass theories. Cause that's what it is. It's fugazi, bro. You just hating, dog, and that's what it is, man. It's crazy. But then again, you know, you got platforms where people are glorified for snitching. You know what I'm saying? You got snitches out here. People supporting snitches, supporting gosh dang clowns and plants and people that are selling out. You know what I'm saying? They have the audacity to come and comment on about somebody's code. Man, you wasn't informing, man. That shit crazy. But anyway, I ain't knocking nobody, man. You do your thing, you live your life. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to Al Boogie. Said, man, every business has ups and downs if you're around long enough. Come on now, Al Booger. Everybody does. Bro, sometimes you have to fail to succeed. You know, but it's crazy that people think that somehow you are more successful or in a better position to talk trash about something because you never tried anything. If you never failed, that means you never tried. Which translates to you being a bitch because that means that you don't never want to take a risk for anything. You care so much about what people think that you don't want to embarrass yourself even for your own betterment. You see what I'm saying? Like you think like I like using myself as an example because I am me and I could stand on it, right? It's like, bro, every successful person though, you know, and when you talk about like Tom Brady, you heard about him falling in the draft. Michael Jordan, you heard about him getting cut off his team or whatever. Even he'll talk about how many game-winning shots that he's missed, but remember the ones that he made, right? Or if you talk about somebody that's a businessman, or even somebody like a successful content creator, or whatever it is, you know, like even me with my PhD, you think I never did bad on a test or failed a test? But that is what strengthens me to do better and make sure I don't fail again. You know how many people that were supposed to graduate with me that came into school with me that didn't make it? Not because they weren't as smart as me. I mean, I'm pretty damn smart and intelligent myself, thank God and thank my parents. But what I'm saying is that it's not because you're not as intelligent as somebody else. It's not because you're not as athletic as somebody else. It's not because you're not as tall as somebody else or attractive as somebody else. No, it's because you're a quitter. Or because you're too weak to even try. That's what it is, bro. Because I could tell you somebody who's 5'6", who made it to the NBA, Muggsy Bogues, right? You're not going to see a lot of them, but you're going to see enough. You're going to see Earl Boykins. You're going to see Ty Lawson, right? So there's little people, Isaiah Thomas. You're going to see some people that are small and made it to the NBA. You're going to see some people that are fat and made it in show business or whatever it is, you know, where they say you have to look good. You go see, look at the president. The president ain't never did a lick of social service in his life, and he's the president. Oh, criminal, thug, racist ass. Anyway, let me stop. But yeah, you got to try. I'm not saying that things are stacked against you. Of course, some people's paths are easier than others or harder than others. But everybody got an excuse, man. I do my little muscle ups, right? Buddy was out there. And I know I'm kind of drifting off, but I was doing something as simple as muscle ups, bro. Oh, you know, a little workout I'd be doing on the pull-up bar. You know, Buddy came out there and asked me how to do it. He's like, man, I was like, yeah, I can show you how to do it. Well, ain't nothing more frustrating than somebody asking you for help, but then they know all the answers. If you're going to tell me how to do it, then don't ask me, bitch. Do it yourself. You see what I'm saying? And so I'm trying to help this man. He's tall. He's like, I'm 5'11". He's probably like 6'2" or 6'3". You know what this man told me? He said he can't do it because he's too tall. I said, what? I asked him again, bro. I got him my way. I said, what'd you say, bro? He said, I can't do it because I'm too tall.
You dumbass.
It's not because you don't have the technique. It's not because you didn't put in enough work. It's not because I put in enough work. That's why I can't do it. No, it's because you're too tall. You have a disadvantage. Bro, hey, man. If you don't want to do something, bro, you gonna make any excuse in the world to not do it. How about make an excuse to do it? What about you just don't have the technique? Or what about you're not strong enough? Or what about you just ain't try hard enough or long enough? Because you're too tall. Huh? You're too tall to do a pull-up. Bro, hey, but anyway, man, it just shows a mentality, bro. Some people you can't fix that. You can't fix that, bro. You can't fix that, bro. It's always something, man. You know, everybody know you probably got aunties and people in your family or friends that, oh yeah, I was in school, but I didn't finish because the professor had it out for me, or because the coach cut me. Or I'm not saying these things don't happen, but a lot of people that are successful, a lot of times the most successful people have the hardest route to success. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's just that the people that quit, they're looking for an excuse to quit, and that's why they are content with giving you the reasons why they didn't do something. I'm just saying. Yes, he did, Smoochie. He did. Shout out to my boy Kendrick. He said, oh yeah, that's probably why I can't do it either. Never mind the 240 pounds. It's because I'm 6'2". Yeah, yes, bro. It's like, bro, like you thought I was just bored. No, bro. There was times I was struggling kicking my legs and I couldn't do it either. It's just I kept trying. You see what I'm saying? And that's just, I'm just using that as an example. That's just something that's so simple. You could change that. Some things you can't change. Don't get me wrong. You know, but it's shout out to my brother Kendrick. You know, I ain't gonna put his business out there, but you know, I know Kendrick, you know, and he has all the reasons to stop going to school or pursuing what he was pursuing, but he didn't. I had all the reasons, but I didn't. So whatever it is, you know, you gonna not do it because you don't want to. I'm not saying things don't work out now. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes things don't work out, but it's all about your mentality, bro. My boy says he's too soft. Hey, shout out to B-Dog too. B-Dog, I saw you on the channel holding it down, man. When somebody was in there talking crazy. You see what I'm saying? And my boy B-Dog was in the chat holding it down. I saw that, B-Dog. That's why I rock with you, man. Shout out to my brother B-Dog doing the good work. He said, B-Dog said, one of my professors was so intimidating that I almost switched majors. So glad I stuck with it. Yeah, and that happens too. Some people will switch majors, but even if you switch majors, that's not quitting. Sometimes you got to change something up and tweak something. But to stop, ain't no one make you stop. You made you stop. You see what I'm saying? And I know you said you glad you stuck with it. But yeah, professor, don't get me wrong, a bad professor, man, a bad professor and the good professors, oh man, they could work wonders for students. You see what I'm saying? That's why when I had my summer science camp that I found, yeah, and created, yeah, I always made sure that I knew everybody's name and stuff like that. I know people going viral for like having certain handshakes with every student and stuff. I used to do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just because if somebody that believes in you, bro, that's galvanizing, man. You don't know how much that could do. But anyway, let me move on, man. Shout out to my brother B-Dog. I want to say that, man. I saw you putting in the good work when people talking nonsense, you know what I'm saying? And gosh dang, being extra loquacious and not saying a lick of nothing. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to you, bro. I saw you in there, man. But yeah, yeah, man. Anyway, but still at the same time, you know, when people, I ain't gonna lie, the boxing content creation space, man. Some of these creators are weak, bro. I ain't gonna lie. And once you learn stuff, that I just found out something yesterday, it makes sense because when you run with snakes, usually you a snake, right? Not all the time. You could just slip and fell in the snake pit. You might not be a snake, you know. But if you running with snakes, it's probably because you a snake. So. But anyway, but yeah, I also have some news before we get to the meat and potatoes of Xander Zayas and Abass Baraou. I have some news from the cheaters, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't rock with the cheaters around here, man. But we do have some cheaters, and we got some news from 2 cheaters camps.
We do not let people who are on the juice discuss real athletes. That's all.
And I want to read this to y'all because one of the cheaters, Amir Khan, says that he wants to come out of retirement to fight Manny Pacquiao. You don't sit your cheating ass down. Nobody cares about that, bro. Amir Khan, sit down, bro. Ain't nobody try to hear that. Ain't nobody try to see that, man. You know what I'm saying? He said he wants to come out of retirement to fight Manny Pacquiao. Now, in his defense, you know, they were supposed to have a fight a long time ago, and it fell through. And I would have been interested, but I think Manny Pacquiao would have folded him up. You know what I'm saying? Had him out there looking, rolling around the ring like Chris Algieri. Shout out to Chris Algieri, though. I rock with Chris Algieri, but Pacquiao had him rolled up. I'm talking. Chris Algieri was stumbling and tumbling around the ring, but he was in there with a legend, man. And I always respect Chris Algieri. I love his breakdowns, and I love his fighting spirit, man. His fight against Ruslan Provatnikov and all those, man. Shout out to him. And he got cheated by, I think he got cheated by Conor Benn. But, you know, but anyway, shout out to Chris Algieri. But yeah, Amir Khan, he wants to go in there and fight Manny Pacquiao. At this point in time, like, no, bro, sit down with your little Ostarine and keep doing your promotional thing. I root for you with your promotional thing, especially the fact that you're in Lagos, Nigeria, man. I rock with that. But yeah, I'm not going. But speaking of another guy who used Ostarine, Ryan Garcia, you know, he wants to fight Mario Barrios and other things. But Oscar De La Hoya, you know, my guy Oscar De La Panti and Golden Shower Promotion, who promotes Ryan Garcia, he had this to say about Ryan Garcia. He said that Ryan Garcia hasn't done anything in the sport, chat. Let me say that again. He said that Ryan Garcia has accomplished nothing in the sport. But when Doc says that, objectively, not because Ryan Garcia is a racist, which I don't know why I would like a racist, because I don't like Ryan Garcia, but people make it seem like, oh, I'm hating on Ryan Garcia because he's a racist. Okay. I'm hating on Ryan Garcia because he's a cheater. Okay. I'm hating on Ryan Garcia because he comes in overweight habitually. Okay. I'm hating on Ryan Garcia because he's never won a title. Okay. I'm hating on Ryan Garcia because he arguably quit against Gervonta Tank Davis. Okay. I could go on and on. Right? But all those things I said, it can be proven, but I'm hating when I say it. So let's see what we think when Oscar De La Hoya says it. I'm not gonna play the video. I'm just gonna read the article for you. You know, so we're gonna read it together. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like we back in our school days, right? We're gonna read it together, right? We're gonna read it together. He says, and I quote, this is what he said. He says, it all started with disrespect, you know. You have young fighters who haven't won anything. Talk about Ryan Garcia. Who haven't done anything in the sport. Talking about Ryan Garcia. Who may be popular. Again, talking about Ryan Garcia. Who may be, you know, who has followers. Talking about Ryan Garcia. In the non-boxing space. And you know, enough is enough. This is what Oscar De La Hoya said to TalkSport. You can go check out the full interview on your own time. You know what I'm saying? But he's saying this because he feels disrespected because he's a legend in the game. He is. Oscar De La Hoya is a legend, man. One of my favorite fighters while he's fighting. But it's just funny that your own promoter would come out and say that you haven't accomplished anything in the sport. But then me, who put money on Ryan Garcia to beat Devin Haney, I'm a hater. No, I'm telling you the truth. But Ryan Garcia's best win is arguably Luke Campbell. Or an older Javier Fortuna, or maybe Oscar Duarte. I guess that win is looking better because Oscar Duarte barely got by Kenneth Sims Jr., you know. That went shout out to Oscar Duarte. I like Oscar Duarte. But Oscar Duarte accused him of cheating before he actually got caught cheating against Devin Haney. Oscar Duarte, go look it up. It's documented. He said that he believed Ryan Garcia was on PEDs in their fight. And then Ryan Garcia went along into his very next fight against Devin Haney. And what happened? He popped dirty for PEDs. But I thought it was just Devin Haney's brother's little dream, right? Oh, okay. Okay, so somebody on Golden Boy, a guy that he fought before Devin Haney, accused him of being on PEDs. And then the very next fight, after his accusations of being on PEDs, he gets popped dirty for PEDs. Javier Fortuna is at a catchweight. Remember Boxer Wiz? Remember what they say, Boxer Wiz? When you fight to catchweight against Gervonta Tank Davis, it's because Gervonta Tank Davis was draining Ryan Garcia, right? He was draining him, right? Ryan Garcia's first official fight at 140 was after Gervonta Tank Davis. Javier Fortuna, well, Luke Campbell was at 135. Javier Fortuna was supposed to be at 135. They had a catchweight. Emmanuel Tagoe was supposed to be at 135. They had a catchweight. And then he fought Gervonta Tank Davis at 135. And Gervonta Tank Davis gave him an extra pound to come in at 136 because he habitually needed catchweights before. So instead of us saying that Gervonta did him a favor, we're saying that Gervonta drained him. And then he went on and proceeded to have his next fight at 140, and he missed weight, right? So I guess Oscar Duarte tried to drain him too. And then he fought Devin Haney, and he famously missed weight again. But I guess Devin Haney tried to drain him too. And then he went on to 147 against Rolly, and that was his first time making weight, and the bitch still lost. You can't make this this up, bro. I can't make this up. So before it was because it was the weight, right? And then when he finally makes weight, he still loses anyway. But I'm hating though, because I'm talking about what actually transpired in history, and I'm not being a career revisionist. I'm not being a career revisionist, chat. I'm hating. Fuck out of here, man. Shout out to my brother Kendrick. He said, man, F what Oscar got to say. Because he was pushing the hype job. That's true. Don't double talk now because he not making you money. That's a good point. Shout out to Pat Bandero. He said people get confused between truth and hate. Come on now. Stop. Yeah, hey, shout out to my brother Thomas in the building. He said he blessed, he highly favored. Stop hating. Bro, that's what I'm saying. How could I hate on him? I put money on Ryan Garcia to beat Devin. I'm not a big Devin Haney believer. Like, I'm not, I just don't hate the man. You see what I'm saying? I don't hate Ryan Garcia. But I'm not going to cap for anybody, like, or make up anything, you know what I'm saying? I thought Ryan Garcia would beat Devin Haney, not because I knew that he was going to cheat, not because he sent me a memo or a secret email. No, I thought Ryan Garcia would win because at that time, I was convinced that Devin Haney was accustomed to fighting guys that were older than him, guys that were smaller than him, guys that weren't as strong as him. So I was like, dang, Ryan Garcia is the same age, arguably bigger, and definitely stronger. So I was like, man, this is going to pose a different threat. And I was confident enough to put my money on Ryan Garcia. But I don't think that anybody should be cheated. And then I don't think anybody should be racist either, which he was racist subsequently after that. Shout out to Pounder. Shout out to Poi Pounder. He said Manny Pacquiao sweepstakes is wild. Yeah, Manny Pacquiao sweepstakes is wild, my boy. That is crazy. Boxer Wiz said, damn, Ryan was saying Tank handicapped him with the weight. And that's the thing, Wiz, because that's the thing about life, right? Right now, especially with social media. You don't need, and like I'll say, I don't know how long you've been in here, but you don't need to meet any criteria to say whatever nonsense you want on social media. You don't need any type of qualifications. You don't need to prove that you've done any research. You see what I'm saying? All you have to do is just make a statement, and as long as people are like-minded and agree with you, you're going to seem right. So I'm not saying that Gervonta doesn't use rehydration clauses. Don't get me wrong. Of course he does, right? That's also something that can't be refuted, right? It's not debatable. But what I'm saying is that if somebody's fighting at 135 and he's never fought at 140 yet, how could I be draining him by defending my belt in my division against a guy who's also in my division? It's not my fault that you let's face it, most weight bullies, I'm not saying everybody, but most weight bullies are cowards, right? In some way, shape, or form. Instead of us looking at Ryan Garcia as trying to be the significantly bigger person, we're knocking the people that want to keep them within a certain range of weight, which is what boxing is divided by, weight divisions. We want to keep them within a certain weight. We're mad at the person who wants to fight a guy that's his size in a weight that he can make. What? I'm not saying, don't get me wrong. Sometimes we are too hard on weight, but I don't think being a weight bully is a form of cowardice all the time, because I see people call Gabriela Fondora and Sebastian Fondora weight bullies. No, they just have a different body type. Or Rafael Espinosa a weight bully, or David Benavidez or Devin Haney a weight bully. I think that they are weight bullies. No, not them, but I think Devin Haney and David Benavidez are weight bullies. But I don't like saying that because it comes with a negative connotation. Like, I think that they are able to cut weight and make weight. If you can make weight, and it's within the confines of the rules, and they don't stop you from blowing up, do your thing. That's matchmaking. That's part of matchmaking. You see what I'm saying? But the truth is, yes, I think Devin Haney does come in. He does drain himself. I mean, look at his pictures with Kambosos and Lomachenko, and then he blows up. Like, look what happened with Regis Prograis. But that's not his fault. That's working within the confines of the sport. What's not working within the confines of the sport is coming in 3 pounds overweight and being on PEDs. That's not within the confines of the sport. If you make the weight, unless you put a rehydration clause on there, you can't complain. As much as I like Boo Boo Andre, if you don't put a rehydration clause on there and you were big anyway, then you can't complain about David Benavidez utilizing the rules to his advantage. Everybody's like, that's like a character trait. Everybody, not a character trait, but like a body type trait. You see what I'm saying? Everybody's not able to drop weight and still be able to function effectively. So I can't really knock them, but yeah, there's some fighters that blow up after the weigh-in, and you could call them weight bullies, but I'm not saying like, it's not like it's cheating. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, it's crazy, man. But yeah, but Ryan Garcia does it all the time. Ryan Garcia does it all the time, and we're mad at people for. It's crazy because then we talk trash about people who miss weight, We talk trash about people who make weight and then blow up. But then we also talk trash about people who implement a rehydration clause. I had somebody, once I pointed that out to somebody, I can't remember who it was. And then you know what they rebutted me with? Their rebut was, oh yeah, I don't respect anybody from the IBF either. Because I opened up, I said, okay, so you don't like rehydration clauses, right? Because he doesn't like Tank. I said, okay, so you don't like, and you don't respect, and he said he doesn't respect rehydration clauses. So I said, okay, so you don't respect it. So I said, you don't respect any IBF champion then. He said, why you say that? I said, because they implement a 10-pound rehydration clause by default. He said, yeah, I don't rock with the IBF. I said, you fucking dummy. I said, okay, all right.
You dumbass.
Okay. And shout out to Smoochie said, I need to make a channel and just lie the whole time. I'm telling you, facts, Smoochie. I mean, why tell the truth? I'm not gonna lie. I was just talking to Ty about this. I said, bro, Ty, sometimes I feel like I put in too much work. I read like the rule books and stuff like that. Like, you know, I just enjoy stuff like that, you know? And yeah, but you know, you got to stay 10 toes down now. You got to be real. You don't be real for others. You be real for yourself. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I can't go against the grain, because that's not how I was raised and that's not what I was brought up in. But yeah, of course, you could just say whatever. You got people saying that Ryan Garcia didn't cheat. You got people, because they don't know what a nanogram is, they're saying, oh, it's just a billionth of a gram. Yeah, I'm not just talking about the fans. The fans, word fan is short for fanatic. They can say whatever they want. But you got people like Gabriel Rosado who doesn't know a lick of nothing. He obviously tells you, oh, I'm not a scientist. Don't know shit, Sherlock. You know, so you can't even figure out how not to lose 17 gosh dang times. But anyway, to mediocre opponents, you know what I'm saying? Maybe 3 good opponents. But anyway, he's out there revising history, saying Miguel Cotto was screaming for a rematch, which was definitively not true. And then he also said, that, oh, it's a billionth of a gram. It's like a small little particle. Bitch, that's how ostarine and things of that nature are measured. They're called nanograms. The guy is just playing with words, wherever you got that from, and regurgitating it with, because you clearly don't know what you're talking about. You got that from the lawyer that was defending Ryan Garcia, that was using word manipulation. That's like, I tell people all the time, a milligram, nobody says, last time you went to the doctor, Smoochie, and the doctor prescribed you a certain amount of ibuprofen, they don't say take 500,000th of a gram of ibuprofen. No, they say milligrams, because that's how it's quantified. That's how it's measured. The metrics that is used in that measurement is milligrams. They don't say 1,000th of a gram. But if you say 1,000th of a gram, because your stupid ass mind can't conceptualize it, I'm not knocking you for it, or anybody for it, but you can't conceptualize 1,000th of a gram. It makes it sound smaller. She's like, oh, okay, it has to be small. No, these things are measured in nanograms, and a nanogram is a billionth of a gram. It just sounds crazy, much more smaller. It just sounds much smaller if you say billionth of a gram. That's how it's just called trickery. You see what I'm saying? Politicians do it all the time. But anyway, shout out to my brother Top Basil. He said, hey, Doc, have you heard any news on Tank? I just got a message sent to me by Ray Davis about Tank Davis being involved, oh Lord, in a brutal kidnapping lawsuit in Miami. Any truth? Oh, I haven't heard anything about that. I cannot confirm nor deny. You just put me on game. I'm gonna look into it though. Shout out to my brother Mi Hermano Carnal, Oscar Perez in the building. Yes, sir, man. God bless you, my brother, man. Hey, you already know what it is, man. Prayers with you, man. Shout out to my brother Unity. He said he would probably be the same dude that calls someone a weight bully in the same breath. You know it. You know it. You know it. You know it. Hypocrisy, man. Hypocrisy and contradiction runs wild, man. It runs wild, man. But I wouldn't be surprised though, because I know he has like doesn't Javante have like a child with somebody down here, so maybe he has some visitation rights. You know, I had a homeboy that almost got caught up. I remember I was running through the woods with a car seat. That's a long story. That's another story, man. That's a long story. Man, come on, doctor. That was only Austria. What is wrong with that? Right, exactly, Pat. Ain't nothing wrong with Austria. You know, Amir Khan had it. Amir Khan had less in his system than Ryan Garcia had, and Amir Khan got 2 years. Amir Khan got so tired being suspended that he retired. he got suspended for so long he decided to retire. But Ryan Garcia had more Austrian in his system than Amir Khan, and he got half the time. But people don't know that because they don't do the research. And then when you try to tell them and show them the light, it's not even about being right. It's just about having all the facts. And then they want to say, oh, you're hating. You don't know what you talk about. No, you just an emotional goofy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, honestly, it's embarrassing when I see YouTube comments turn pharmacologist to defend a cheater. Come on now, Al Booger. Come on now. To defend a cheater, bro. You had no problem calling Jarrell Big Baby Miller cheating ass a cheater, because he is a cheater. You see what I'm saying? I don't rock with none of them cheaters. Not Jarrell Big Baby Miller, not Connor Ben, and damn sure, not Ryan Garcia.
We do not let people who are on the juice discuss real athletes. That's all.
You feel me? But shout out to shout out to also I want to talk about before I get into the main topic, you know, because your boy got some inside sources that I can't disclose. But if you've been paying attention to the channel, you know what my inside sources is. You know what I'm talking about? But we gonna get to that though. But I did want to talk about this, man. That card, that PBC card, man. Wow, that card is good, man. And you know, I want to show y'all this too. I mean, let me see if I can show it. I want to show you what this person put. And I think it's very interesting, you know. See if I can find it. I think it's kind of dope. I think it's kind of interesting. Yeah, here it is. Here it is right here. So this person said, this person here says, hear me out. The PBC one is better. I mean, you would think that would come with an elaboration, but you said, hear me out. And then you just said a statement. They defend the statement. Nothing. Just say, hear me out. The PBC one is better. Now, so, I have to disagree, right? But it's interesting. I'm gonna tell you why it's interesting. While I disagree, I objectively disagree, but I think it's interesting because I think the card is comparable. Now, hear me out as I explain. You have David Benavidez versus Anthony Yard, right? PBC. What's Anthony Yard? He's not Queensberry anymore. What's he? Boxer, I think. And then you have Devin Haney, free agent. Brian Norman, top rank. Excuse me. Abdullah Mason, top rank. Sam Noakes. I don't know where he's with. He's with, I want to say Queensberry. Don't quote me. Maybe Matchroom. I think Queensberry. Then you have Bam Rodriguez, Matchroom. Puma Martinez. I have no clue who he's with, right? So this is a collaboration of a card to make Riyadh season. In fact, everything's there, right? You see at the bottom, it says Queensberry. So Queensberry, we're right on that. Who the heck is, oh, we have Sella. Sella's on there. We have top rank. We have, what is that? I don't know. We have DHP, Devin Haney Promotions. So we have all these different logos, right? We got PBC, TGB. And so we have different logos, right, representing the home promotions of where these fighters are from. So this is a collaborative effort. You see what I'm saying? This is straight PBC. You have Lamont Roach versus Pitbull. Sorry, yeah, Pitbull. Let me say the WBC interim champion first because that's the belt is for at 140. Aesop Pitbull Cruz versus Lamont Roach, PBC. Arizladi Lara, PBC versus Jennebeck, top rank. Being put on PBC. Stephen Fulton versus Oshiki Foster, PBC, top rank, right? So this is a PBC effort. Look here, you don't see anything about top rank on here, right? Because it's a PBC effort. This one, you have Queensberry, you have Devin Haney Promotions, you have top rank, you have Matchroom, you have PBC. This is just PBC. So from that alone, because this card is a standalone effort, it's not coming at of what they say. It's not a result of groveling, which I don't think people are really groveling, but that's what people say. That's like to frame it that way, right? It's not a result of groveling to Turki Al-Sheikh or begging Riyadh season for any type of loans or money or saving, right? This is just their own effort. That's why it's comparable. It's impressive that it's comparable, that you would even make this comparison between a standalone promotion singular effort and a collaborative effort. You see what I'm saying? This is like one lion versus Voltron. And the lion holding its own. I don't know if y'all watch Voltron. Remember all the lions combined to make one Voltron like Power Rangers. So this is like one lion going against Voltron. And it's still comparable. So yes, I think individually this is better. I don't think, objectively speaking, this card is better. But if you think about it, this card, tell me a Matchroom card that could be compared to a Riyadh season card. Tell me a top rank card that could be compared to a Riyadh season card. You can't find it. Tell me a boxer card that can be compared to a Riyadh season card. You can't do it. Tell me we just saw a Queensberry card. That shit was trash, right? The only good fight on there, which was a great fight, was Fabio Worthy and Joseph Parker. No, you ain't heard of nobody else, right? The rest of the card, it was good fights because if you're a boxing head and a boxing purist and a pugilist enthusiast, the card was good because it's entertaining fights. But as far as when it comes to high profile fighters, that card was trash.
Know your fucking place, trash.
Right? It was outside of Worthy and Parker, it was a whole bunch of.
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that?
The whole card.
You know damn well who I am. Who the fuck is that?
The whole Queensberry card this past weekend was Joseph Parker, Fabio Worthy, and a whole bunch of who the fuck is that guy? That's what it was. So the fact that the PBC card, you know, the majority from top to bottom. I ain't even mentioned Jesus Ramos and Shane Mosley Jr.'s on that card as well. So that's why it's impressive, because you got one singular effort going against one singular entity going against a conglomerate. So that's why it's impressive, and that's why I think that statement, while I don't think it's accurate to say better, because I think objectively speaking, one is better, but the fact that it's even comparable is impressive. Pat Bandero says the PBC card is like the AFC Finals and the Ring 4 is like the Super Bowl. Yeah, but we still in the playoffs. Some other cards ain't in the playoffs. You know what I'm talking about? They regular season like a mug. They regular season on Thursday on Tubi. Ain't that right, Smoochie? they regular season on a Thursday on Tubi. You feel me? Yeah, Thursday night football. That's what they are. At least this one's in the playoffs. You know. So yeah, man. I think it's I think it's wild, man. You know, I think that's dope, and I think that's an accomplishment in itself that could even realistically be compared to a massive card massive card like Riyadh. Now moving on, man, to the meat and potatoes, talking about Top Ranking and Abass Baraou, man. This is where I gotta pull out more sources. You know, talk about more sources. You know, I have some inside sources. You know, I look around a lot, man. You know, it was literally my title back when I used to do my engineering thing, you know, a research scientist for NASA, AFRL, Air Force Research Laboratory, ONR, Office of Naval Research, stuff like that, you know, et cetera, taught at the university as a professor and stuff like that. So I'm saying that I like to do research. So I love it. I try to apply the same diligence to everything I do, whether I'm interviewing somebody, whether I'm just getting boxing news or whatever, you know, I try to be diligent and meticulous about it. So, but I also did reach out to some people that are close, that are the source, you see what I'm saying, when it comes to this fight. And what I've been seeing is correct, you know. So I have to tell y'all, man, that it seems like Abass Baraou right here versus Xander Zayas, you know what I'm saying, 254-pound champions, you know what I'm saying, with the WBA champion Abass Baraou from the Togolese fighter out of Germany. And we have Xander Zayas, the WBO champion, the Puerto Rican American. You know what I'm saying? They're going to clash for unification, man. I think that's fire. And it's they have already verbally agreed. Nothing has been fully finalized yet, but they've already verbally agreed. And, you know, the WBO convention's in Bogota, Colombia, you know what I'm saying, in South America. Colombia with an O. Colombia, not Colombia like the district. Columbia. We talk about the country of Colombia in Bogota. Bogota in the country of Colombia. You know, that convention that Lomachenko and Bud is at, they're hoping that they could finalize it and announce it then. So they're targeting late January for this fight, man. And I think that unification will be great, man. This division is fire. And I think the fact that we can have a WBA, WBO unified champion in 154-pound division will be even more fire. More fire. You know what I'm saying? Big up Jamaica. Stay strong, Jamaica. You feel me?
Me blood clot.
So I think that'd be dope, man. That'd be dope. We'll see if they finalize it, though. You know, like I said, nothing is finalized, but they already have a date in mind. They have a location in mind, and they verbally agreed. So that's fire. Yeah. Shout out to Boogie. Said, damn, I think I got PR in this one, but I'm getting 50-50 vibes. Yeah, I'm not mad, bro. You know me, man. I'm going to stand on it, like I said before. You know, I am a loyal person, so I do feel like I'm obligated to give my boy Baraou a chance and Xander a chance, you know, because they both gave me an interview. Shout out to them. So that's love. You know, I think Abass Baraou was a little more special to me because, you know what I'm saying, he came to the channel. You know, that's why he's on there. He actually came to the channel. You know, I interviewed Xander Zayas when I was at the event on site, which is dope too. Don't get me wrong. That's why I got Rolly Romero, Bob Sanders. But the fact that Abass Baraou went out of his way and came to the channel, you know, which I know he wants advertisement too, but that was dope, man. I thought that was love. So, and the fact that he's West African as well, you know, Togo is not too far off from Nigeria, you know what I'm saying, where I'm Nigerian, Jamaican, American. So that also hit home too. So but yeah, so even despite that, you know, I still don't have a bias. I'm still gonna give you my honest opinion, and I stand on that. I think Xander Zayas has the biggest ceiling at 154. You know, I think he has the most room to grow. But I do think he, you know, him being the youngest champion in all the boxing right now, because he is, right? I think that he is lacking experience a little bit, which I don't think is a bad thing. It just is what it is. And Abass Baraou, though, honestly speaking, I think this is a 50-50 fight. I think that him and Abass Baraou is a good fight, man. I think that Xander Zayas, from a raw talent standpoint, he's more talented. But Abass Baraou We seen him go get him. And you have that go get him in you, hey, that could overcome any gap, any skill gap, any talent gap, you have that go get him in you. So I really don't know who I'm rooting for. I would say I'm probably rooting for Abass Baraou. But I wouldn't be mad if Xander Zayas wins. You know what I'm saying? I like them both. You see what I'm saying? So I think the favorite will probably be Xander Zayas, and it probably should be Xander Zayas. But yeah, I think it's a 50-50 fight, man. I'm not just saying that so I can stay neutral either, because like I told you, you know me, I ain't no shame in my game. I'll tell you who I'm leaning towards. I'm leaning towards Abass Baraou as far as who I'm rooting for. But me, if I had to put money on it, you know, I'll take my heart out of it. And I think it's a 50-50 fight, man. You know, if I had $50, I put 25 on Xander, 25 on Abass. I don't know. I didn't know Abass was German. Yeah. He's Togolese by heritage, but I think he was born in Germany. Shout out to Irony in the building. What's good, brethren? He said, you know who I'm rooting for, but I do like some Abass for real. Yeah. I mean, like I said, no one has to be villainized, and ain't nothing wrong with rooting for, like I said, you're Puerto Rican. Xander Zayas is Puerto Rican, so I ain't mad at that. You know, I'm definitely not mad at that. But yeah, I'm going with Abass, but I'm not mad at that. Why are others saying Boots got Baraou and the winner gets to fight Murtazali versus Kelly? Shout out to Pounder. People are saying that because by the way boxing goes, I don't know if you know Pounder, but I'm gonna answer your question. That's a good question, by the way. Thank you for asking. Because I love that, because you know we don't gatekeep around here, man. You know we love. If you're new to boxing, if you've been in boxing, if you're a casual, you're a purist, anywhere in between, it doesn't matter. You know, we like to talk boxing, man. We just do it respectfully and have fun, and or disrespectfully too. But anyway, to answer your question, people are saying that Abass Baraou could be fighting Boots is because Boots just won the WBA interim title. You know, the WBA and President Gilberto Mendoza likes to play around with interim belts and regular belts and super belts and all this other stuff, full belts, whatever you want to call it. So the logical progression would be that Boots, which is why I have Boots right there on the picture, on the banner, right? The logical progression would be that the interim title holder would get a shot at the full champion, which is Abass Baraou. Because when Abass Baraou beat Jonas Tellis, who was the interim WBA title holder, he got his interim belt. But then when Bud fought Cinnamon, he was elevated, right? Not elevated, sorry. He was he dropped that belt and he went to 168 and took Canelo's belt, right? Cinnamon, you know. I can't wait for Cinnamon to bounce back too. But so then Abass Baraou was elevated. So the natural progression would be that Abass Baraou would fight Boots in it. So go check out the interview. I talked to him about it, and he said that he's open to fighting Boots, but Xander Zayas is a fight that they were talking in talks with. Like I said, it's not a coincidence that Xander Zayas, which is why they're there having a face-off, right? It's not a coincidence that Xander Zayas was in the building that night. It's because Xander Zayas was going to have a face-off with the winner of Abass Baraou, Jonas Tellis. We just anticipated that it was going to be Jonas Tellis. Abass Baraou, he upset Jonas Tellis. So that was going to be the next fight anyway. It just happens to be that Jonas Tellis lost and Abass Baraou won. So naturally, Xander Zayas is going to proceed with negotiations with the WBA title holder, Abass Baraou. You know, a lot of people just thought it was going to be Jonas Tellis. You know, so this fight was already in talks prior to Jerron Boots Ennis not only acquiring the WBA interim belt, but before we even knew that the WBA interim belt was up for grabs. Because remember, initially the WBA interim belt was not up for grabs in that fight that Jerron Boots Ennis had for his debut against Luis Malima. That was done retroactively after the fight was already announced. You know, so that's why a lot of people think that Boots is going to get Baraou, which is still could happen. Like I said, it's not finalized. That could still happen, and that would make sense too by how boxing usually proceeds. But yeah, boxing is a sport that moves with fluidity, man. You know. So you could be an interim title holder and not get a shot at the full champion. You could be, you could win a title eliminator and not get a title shot. You could not fight a boxing match like Gervonta Tank Davis and not get stripped of your title. You know what I'm saying? Boxing is crazy, man. Boxing is crazy, man. But he said, shout out to Irony. He said, it sucks when you like them both, doesn't it? It does suck, but I mean, I'm gonna be honest, Irony. It sucks, but it doesn't suck at the same time. It's like Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. I was excited for that fight. And you know, I like Errol Spence a little bit more than I like Bud. Bud is still one of my favorite fighters. I like Bud a lot, but Errol Spence was my favorite fighter. You know, Errol Spence, Canelo, Those are actually the only 2 times I went against Bud was against Errol Spence and Canelo. I thought Canelo would win, and I thought, Canelo. Not even that I thought he would win. I did think he was winning, but that's my favorite fighter. Shout out to my brother Oster in the building. You know what I'm saying? Cinnamon's my favorite fighter, and Errol Spence is one of my favorite fighters. Gervonta, Junto Nakatani, Caleb Plant. So, but what I'm saying is, I'm kind of different in that regard, man. I actually like when my favorite fighters fight, because fighters become my favorite when they challenge themselves. You know what I'm saying? When they're in 50-50 fights or close fights and they come out victorious. Like I said, I didn't always like Cinnamon. I learned Cinnamon grew on me because despite what people say now, because he's towards the end of his career, right? Man, Cinnamon used to be about that life, man. I know he fought an old Miguel Cotto. I know he fought an old Sugar Shane Mosley, but he can't help when he was born. You see what I'm saying? Those are the guys that are on top during his run, man. Canelo had a hell of a run fighting Austin, no doubt, Trout. And so Arizona Lara, I thought Lara beat him, but yeah, Canelo was Alfonso Gomez. Canelo was fighting, man. So that's why I rock with Cinnamon, man. Amir Khan, all that stuff, man. He had a nice little run. So same with Gervonta Tank Davis. I wasn't when Gervonta fought Leo Santa Cruz, I was going for Leo Santa Cruz. I like Leo Santa Cruz, one of my favorite fighters. But when the way Tank beat him with that picture perfect cinematic uppercut, how could you not like that? So I actually like when fighters, like I love when Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fought. It does suck that I have to pick somebody, but you know me, I liked when Canelo and Bud fought. I like both of them. Caleb Plant's one of my favorite fighters. I'm happy for Resendez. I think upsets are good to keep the sport healthy. Yeah, so now I actually like the fact that they're fighting. What I don't like is the fact that, if Xander's watching or Abass is watching, and then I pick one, and then the other one gets mad at me or something, which I understand, and I ain't knocking it, but just, you see what I'm saying? That I don't like. The potential for you to kind of seem like you're picking sides, but no, I'm just picking objectively speaking. Objectively speaking, I think it's a 50-50 fight, but I do think Xander should be the favorite, but I'm rooting for Abass Baraou. Hell, I loved what Tyson Fury, and I like, the Gypsy King of Obesity, and the Bomb Squad, one of my favorite fighters too. I loved what Wilder and Fury fought. I love that, because then we get to see who the best. Shoot, I like Inoue. I like Nakatani more, but shoot, I love the fact Nakatani and Inoue finna fight. I love that. Boy Pounder says, I'm down with that. I'd rather Eddie Hearn squash that Virgil Ortiz. Man, I want Boots and Virgil so badly, bro. I want Boots and Virgil so badly. I already said 2026 is looking so fire. Facts. It's looking lit. It's looking lit. Passes. I've never seen Abass against a tall boxer. Come on now. Have you? I'm not sure. How can we close that distance? How can he close that distance? Xander good at fighting on his back foot. Yes. I ain't gonna lie. I'm rooting for Abass. Because that love he gave you, yeah, facts, yeah. But man, hey, he has a tall task, pun intended, in front of him, man. And like I said, Xander Zayas has a tough task in front of him. Because Abass Baraou, he's not gonna quit. So, and he gonna have a high motor. So, we'll see, man. I'm trying to think of a time I seen him with a tall fighter. Not off the top of my head, like a guy that was super tall. Jonas Tellis was taller, but not that much, not as tall as Xander. So yeah, I don't know, man. That's a good point, Pat. He said, Irony says, great point. I was coming from the standpoint of whoever loses, it will suck, yeah, for me. But great point. I love it. Yeah. It's gonna suck, of course. It's gonna suck. You don't want to see. Boxing is a very intimate sport. You don't want to see a fighter that you like lose. But at the same time, man, it's good for the sport, man. As long as you don't give up on him, it's like Liam Parle. Liam Parle lost to Richardson Hitchens. I still like Hitchens. I mean, I still like Hitchens, but I still like Parle, As long as you don't give up on the fighter, man, forget what everybody else talking about. You know what I'm saying? As long as you don't give up on the fighter, that's what matters. I can't, even Cinnamon, I can't wait for Cinnamon to bounce back. I don't not like Cinnamon because he lost to Terrence Bud Crawford. I just think it was a fight between two great fighters and somebody showed that they were greater, but they're both still great. You know what I'm saying? I don't really subscribe to that mentality. You feel me? So, yep. For your listening pleasure, we are now on Spotify under Dr. Boxing Talk. The same thing on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, everything. Dr. Boxing Talk, man. Come rock with us. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Shout out to y'all, man. We are on Spotify. Follow me on Instagram, Dr. Boxing Talk, Twitter, Dr. Boxing Talk, TikTok, Dr. Boxing Talk, Blue Sky, Dr. Boxing Talk, Facebook, Dr. Boxing Talk, Spotify. there's only one I was going to go live yesterday, but I was not on the phone because they don't have a phone, but I was on like the chat with them all day trying to figure out why my Spotify episodes are not uploading. So please be patient, but we have one episode loaded on Spotify. We should have 6, but you know, it is what it is, man. They full of crap right now. I only have one episode uploaded on there. I don't know why. So we're still trying to figure that out. So just have patience. But we are on Spotify. Check it out. Follow on Spotify and rate 5 stars. You know, really helps us to get recommended and stuff, man. It's free support. Follow on all social media platforms. That's how we secure more interviews and stuff like that. So yeah. Irony says, I think Barass. I mixed up Abass with Baraou. I think Abass will probably push Xander to the limit. That's a good thing. Yeah, man. Yeah, Xander and Jonas are Xander and Jonas are the same height. I thought Xander was a little taller. Okay. Yeah, because Xander's a little, if I'm not mistaken, he's a little taller than me. Maybe we're about the same height. I don't remember. I'm 5'11" though. I would say Xander's like 6 foot. And to me, Abass Baraou looked about like 5'9", maybe. Just followed on Spotify and rated. Just now. Shout out to Smoochie. Let's go. One time for the ladies. Always holding it down. Thank you. Shout out to our booger. Abass got that dog. Yes, sir. From what I saw against Tellers. Come on now. Both 5'10". Okay. We gonna see, man. We gonna see. But yeah, also too, I just think all in all, man, I just think these are some good fights, and I love it at 154 because 154 is a great division, right? 154. If we have this unification, we have 4 champions, right? We have Bakram Murtazaliev, and speaking of that, right, Bakram Murtazaliev and Josh Kelly has seemingly been finalized. I don't know. I won't hold my breath on that one either, but that's another one. And bro, I know a lot of people looking at Josh Kelly because Josh Kelly lost to, who did he lose to? David Avanesian. He got stopped by David Avanesian, right, a little while ago, right? But he's been on a nice little run, right? And Josh Kelly, he has a style that should be able to give Bakram problems, right? He's more of an agile fighter, more of a mover. He's more of a boxer, right? He's going to try to box circles around you. He's elusive. So I think that this, stylistically speaking, I think this is a good matchup. But I just don't know if Josh Kelly will be able to keep it up. You know what I'm saying? I think eventually Bakram's going to wear him down. Similar to kind of like a Boo Andre, right? Boo Andre and David Benavidez. Boo Andre was looking good the first 4 or 5 rounds, but then David Benavidez eventually just bears down on you, you know, and just kind of wears you down. Same with Frank Sanchez and the Jit. Was it a Jit Caballero? Yeah, Frank Sanchez and the Jit Caballero. Frank Sanchez was boxing beautifully, right? For the first 4 or 5 rounds, and he started getting broken down. So that's how I anticipate this fight to go with Bakram Murtazaliev and Josh Kelly. But don't be surprised, Josh. Hey, you never know, man. So, but my point is that the 154-pound division is great, right? We got the IBF champion Bakram Murtazaliev. We have the WBO champion Xander Zayas, WBA champion Abass Baraou, and the WBC champion Sebastian Fundora, right? So we have those 4 champions. Sebastian Fundora is supposed to be fighting Keith Thurman. However you feel about that. If one time could channel his prime one more time, if we could beat Keith one more time, Thurman, then it should be a good fight. But you know, I think Sebastian Fundora is gonna handle business. I think Bakram's gonna win. Abass Baraou and Xander Zayas unification, that's great. And then not to mention that we have WBC interim champions Virgil Ortiz taking on Erickson the Hammer Lubin. That's gonna be a great fight. I don't know who's gonna win that, man. I think that's another 50-50 fight. Maybe I'm leaning towards Virgil, you know, but that's a great fight right there. And hopefully Boots could get Virgil or the winner, you know what I'm saying? But hopefully we get to see that Boots and Virgil fight. You know, you have that potential fight there. We still have Serhii Boachuk, who I think is a live dog despite losing to Brandon Adams. You still have Brandon Adams there, who beat Serhii Boachuk for the 2nd time. You got I don't know, Jesus Ramos. He's fighting at 160, his next fight, but he be floating up and down. So I don't know if you want to consider him 154 or not. But even if you don't, you still have Israel Madrimov. I know he has back-to-back L's, one to Bud. There's no shame in that. And then he lost a close one to Virgil Ortiz. So that's a live dog right there. So we just have so many fighters, man. Jermell Charlo pretending like he's coming back or playing like he's coming back. So, hey, man, 154 is fire, man. I think that's the best division hands down. I think 140 is the second best, but I think 154 is the best, man. Yeah, I think he's the best, man. Shout out to Booger. He said you got him 6 foot hour. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Booger. I think he's a little taller than me, man. Like I said, this was a little while ago, but I think he was a little taller than me, Booger. And I'm a strong. Some people say I'm 6 foot, but I'm definitely 5'11", and I think he was like slightly taller than me. So I would say he's more 6 foot. Jonas Tellis, would I still beside Jonas Tellis? I thought I was a little taller than him. So the 5'10" for Jonas Tellis seems about accurate. But Xander Zayas, I think he's a little taller than me. Smoochie said, "Don't fight me. I got Thurman. I think Thurman got Fundora." Hey, I'm not mad at that. I don't think you're going wrong, because we got to remember Fundora got knocked the freak out by Brian Mendoza. So in reality, Sebastian Fundora is one Brian Mendoza away from losing his titles. You know what I'm saying? So, Brian Mendoza's a good fighter. He's been in there with Tim Tszyu and Boachuk and stuff like that. And obviously Sebastian Fundora and some others. He's definitely a good fighter, but I think Keith Thurman is better than Brian Mendoza. So if Brian Mendoza could beat you, then yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Shout out to Pat Bandero. He says, yeah, but Xander has much more educated jab than Tellis. Yep, I think that. Yep, he uses it for everything: range, stab jabs, framing, and defense. Yep, Tellis was coming forward. Yep, Xander more problem for sure, and he is smarter too. I agree with that. Shout out to my brother Candy Slim, dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. My brother Kenny Slim, man. He says, I appreciate the super chat, man. Drop the graffiti on the chat walls, man. Hey, man, we gotta start hitting these chat goals, these super chat goals, man. What's up with that? Shout out to my brother with the biscuits, man. Thank you so much, Kenny Slim. Hey, I saw you doing the good work too on that other platform in the comments and stuff like that. Shout out to my brother Kenny Slim. He says, I hope the Zayas Abass winner holds out or fights a voluntary to make Boots or Virgil winner have to fight Bakram. Those fucking ducks. He said they out here ducking. Hey, he said both of them are ducks. Yes, sir, Thomas of biscuits. Hey, I'm gonna read that again. Shout out to Candy Slim. Candy Slim says, I hope Zayas Abass winner holds out the fights a voluntary to make the Boots Virgil winner have to fight Bakram. Those freaking ducks. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm gonna be honest. And I know it might sound wrong. I don't think anybody is ducking Bakram besides Virgil. And I'm not going to say Virgil is necessarily ducking. Yeah. I think Virgil is ducking not just Bakram, but all the title holders. I don't think Virgil really wants to fight for a title, bro. Like, this guy was at 147, didn't fight for a title. He's at 154, didn't fight for a title. He claims that other people are fighting nobodies, him and his team. Well, these guys that are fighting nobodies, they're becoming champions. So if you could fight somebody and not become a champion, then you're kind of stuck on stupid, right? Because you're taking big risks against people and you're not even getting titles out of it, right? The reason why I would say that he's ducking Bakram is because when they discuss Bakram, they always say, oh, the rhabdomyolysis, oh, the rhabdo, oh, the IBF, the rehydration clause. I'm not making light of his illness, saying God bless him. But if you know how rhabdomyolysis is, I don't want to say, if you know one of the sources of it, one of the causes of it, and if you listen to him in his interview, which I do, he had an interview with Akin Barak, right? And he said that it wasn't hereditary, which is a way that you could get rhabdomyolysis. He said that it wasn't through drug use, right? This is another way you could get rhabdomyolysis. He said it's because he was overworking himself, right? And that is one of the causes of rhabdo. But what does it sound like when you're overworking yourself? In boxing, it doesn't mean, yeah, you are dedicated. Shout out to you. We all a lot of us overwork and may work too much, right? That's the thing. Some people, I feel like I overwork in certain avenues, but you're overworking yourself and going through strenuous exercises to lose weight because you're a freaking weight bully. That's why he had rhabdomyolysis at 147. It wasn't like, oh, he just had some pop-up accidental illness out of the blue. No, you got it because you're habitually draining yourself, which if you look up one of the sources of rhabdomyolysis, it comes when you are strenuously draining yourself, right? And losing weight in your muscle mass because you're trying to lose so much weight in water weight, right? You're dangerously low levels of water retention. Go look it up, bro. This is stuff that this is what I do, bro. You see what I'm saying? So when I say that he's conveniently using rhabdomyolysis as a reason not to go the IBF route, that's what I mean. I'm not saying I'm not some heartless, inconsiderate buffoon that's saying, oh, you know, I'm taking light of his illness. No, I'm saying that his illness is self-inflicted, which it is, which is why he moved up. And when he moved up, you don't hear shit about the rhabdomyolysis anymore, right? It's his own image. He said it himself. They have no problems with the rhabdomyolysis anymore. It's behind them. What's also behind them? 147. And then to go the IBF route, IBF implements a 10-pound rehydration clause, so he wouldn't be able to come in over 164 for the morning weigh-in of the night of the fight. So it sounds like you're still weight bullying. Go up to 160. Like, I'm sorry, bro. I'm not going to feel bad for you because you don't want to move your fat ass up. I'm sorry. I don't. I'm sorry. I'm not. Go up to 160, bro. Go fight Jenabek and Carl Sadamas and Arizlani Law right now, man. If you can't make 154. Like, bro, I'm so sick of people trying to make it seem like, oh, the IBF. I think all the sanctioned bodies should implement a rehydration clause similar to the IBF, because I think the way the IBF does it, they're looking out for the welfare of the fighters. They're not just doing it to be buttholes. They're doing it because a guy that fights at 154 shouldn't be fighting a guy that's coming in at 175. That's why they do it. They're trying to minimize the opportunities. They can't eliminate it, right? But they're trying to mitigate the amount of times people come in significantly overweight for a fight at a certain division. That's why they do it. So if you can't, if and they give you 10 pounds, you don't even have to be 10 pounds the night of the fight. You just have to be 10 pounds within 10 pounds the morning of the weigh. So let me break this down for people. So just in case you don't know, right? The IBF does two weigh-ins. They do the weigh-in to make the fight, right? The night before to make sure everybody made weight. And then they do another weigh-in the morning of the fight, and they give you a 10-pound cushion. So if you make 154 on Friday, Saturday morning, they want you to not be more than 164 pounds. You can't not put on 10 pounds. And then check this out. You don't have to stay at 164. After the morning weigh-in, you could then blow up again and come in at 175. You just can't come in at 175 until after the morning weigh-in. Why is that too troublesome? Why is that unrealistic? Why is that? I don't know. Why? Why is that a problem? Why is that problematic? Why is that unreasonable, Al Booger? Why is that unreasonable, bro? They want you to be 10 pounds within the weight limit the morning of the fight? That's crazy, bro. If you can't do that, if you can't abide by that, then you just need to go to 160. To me, Virgil Ortiz is a career weight bully. That's what it is. That's what it is, chat. And then you can say, oh, doctors, no, I like Virgil Ortiz. I think Virgil Ortiz is one of the best fighters at 154. But until you can prove to me that you have rhabdomyolysis because of some factor that is not because you overworking yourself, which you admitted to in your interviews, which was foolish. But, you know, it's not foolish because when you brainwash people and people don't want to see the truth, and they're not going to see the truth. He literally tells you why he had rhabdomyolysis. And people still think that it's coincidental. He literally told you. He literally snitched on himself.
You dumbass.
And people still don't want to believe the truth because it's not convenient for their narrative that the narrative that they consider the truth. Shout out to my brother Candy Slim. He said they both had the chance to fight a champion for a turkey bag and didn't. That's true. Especially Virgil, who's been at the weight almost 2 years. I'm so glad Candy Slim says that, because what do we say about Virgil when we compare to Boots, right? I'm just making the Boots and Virgil comparison. When it comes to Boots, they say, oh, Boots fought Weizma Lima. He's wasting his time. He's fighting tune-ups. Oh, Virgil Ortiz fought Serhii Boachuk. Oh, Virgil Ortiz fought Israel Madrimov.
You dumbass.
He's been at the weight for 2 years. What about the other fights he fought at 154? Nobody wants to talk about the fact that he fought Frederick Lawson for his debut.
Yeah.
They don't want to talk about his second fight. He fought Thomas Delorme.
Yeah.
A guy that Jerron Bootsinis already beat.
Yeah.
Come on now. Those were his first two fights at 154. So if you want to criticize Boots for taking a tune-up at 154 in his debut, that's cool. Keep the same energy for Virgil. Don't compare Jerron Bootsinis' debut at 154 to what Virgil Ortiz is doing now. No, compare it to his debut, because that's a more accurate comparison. That's apples to apples. Comparing what Boots did at his debut to what Virgil will do is now, they might both be fruit. You see what I'm saying? But that's like apples to peaches or apples to oranges, right? Or apples to kiwis. If you want to get down to the nitty gritty and compare apples to apples, you would compare Weizma Lima, who was Jerron Boots Ennis' debut, who was 14-1, only lost to a contender at middleweight, and Aaron McKenna. Weizma Lima has never been stopped. You compare that debut to Virgil Ortiz's debut, who is Frederick Lawson, who had a real health scare, who had the fight canceled twice before a third doctor had to come in and allow the fight to proceed. And which is why Tony Weeks stopped the fight, some people say prematurely, because Frederick Lawson had a threat of brain aneurysms. Go look it up. It's documented. That's why the fight was going to get canceled, but they brought in a suspicious third doctor to approve the fight the night of. That was Frederick Lawson. That was Virgil Ortiz's debut. Frederick Lawson, a guy who's been stopped multiple times. So if you're going to be critical of Weizma Lima, I'm not saying don't be critical, but keep the same energy. Weizma Lima has one loss and he was never stopped. Frederick Lawson, you couldn't tell me the people that he was stopped by. I think he had like 6 losses and he was stopped multiple times. Even his next fight in Thomas Delorme, yeah, he beat him in the first round. Impressive, okay. But then you find out that Jerron Boots Ennis not only beat Thomas Delorme before Virgil Ortiz, he also beat Thomas Delorme in the first round before Virgil Ortiz did it. In fact, Stanionis, a guy that Virgil Ortiz could have fought at 147, Stanionis also beat Thomas Delorme. In fact, Terrence Bud Crawford, another guy that Virgil Ortiz could have fought at 147, also beat Thomas Delorme. All before Virgil Ortiz did it. I'm just saying, these are facts, bro. I can't make this up. But then they'll say, oh, if you don't like what I'm saying, you're going to say, oh, I'm hating on Virgil Ortiz. No, I'm just telling the truth. If the truth is hating, then I'm a gosh dang hater, I guess. I ain't never been a hater in my life. But I guess I'm a 2025 hater. I'm a new hater, I guess. He said both are ducks. So what are we saying? 2 sitting ducks? I disagree. I don't think either one of them, like I said, I think you have a stronger case for saying Virgil Ortiz is a duck than Boots. Boots is a unified champion, a Ring Magazine belt champion. You tell me a person who can get a Ring Magazine belt and a unified belt against an undefeated champion and be ducking simultaneously. I'm not saying that either one are definitively ducks, but if one is going to be a duck, it's Virgil Ortiz. That's just true. And I do think, like I said, and the reason why, and I know it's going to sound contradictory, but hear me out. The reason why I say I don't know if they're ducking Bakram is because I don't want to say that. In my heart of hearts, I believe that if it wasn't Bakram, and let's say if the champion at 154 was somebody you haven't heard of, give me somebody at 154 that's not really a threat. Julian Williams, J-Rock. Let's say the 154 pound, no disrespect to J-Rock, but let's say the IBF champion at 154 pounds right now was J-Rock. I think Virgil Ortiz would fight him. Because he would be like an easier, he's seen as an easier fight, right? And I will say Virgil Ortiz probably would have fought Tim Tszyu, because remember they were about to fight. Him and Tim Tszyu were about to fight before Tim Tszyu didn't fully recover from his the cut that he sustained on the top of his head from Sebastian Fedora. So that's my point, is that I'm not sure if he's legitimately ducking Bakram or if he really doesn't want to pursue a champion in the IBF sanctioned body. I do believe him, but I still think that that's a weak reason, because I don't feel bad for you. You see what I'm saying? Like, I do think that he thinks that the IBF rehydration clause is problematic, but I think he thinks it's problematic because he wants to be a weight bully. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not sure if it's actually Bakram in itself. Like, if Bakram was a WBC champion, can I say that Virgil Ortiz would not fight him? I don't know if I can say that. So I don't know if it's Bakram or just the circumstances. With Boots, I personally don't think that there's anything wrong with fighting your debut at a new weight class against somebody that's not a champion. That's the thing. We see Terrence Bud Crawford do that because Terrence Bud Crawford is an all-time great. We see Inoue do that because he's an all-time great. We see Usyk do that kind of because he didn't do that. When he went to heavyweight, he didn't fight a champion. But you get what I'm saying? Like, we see these guys do fantastic stuff because they're all-time greats. I don't think that should be considered the norm. Who the hell moves up to a new weight class and fights a champion on their debut? That's not the norm. And we shouldn't act like that's the norm. We should applaud people that do that and give them their credit and kudos, but we shouldn't make that the expectation. No, Junto Nakatani, who's one of my favorite fighters, right? He's moving up to 122. He's not fighting Naoya Inoue immediately. Granted, that's a little different because Naoya Inoue is undisputed. He has all the belts. So it'll be harder for Junto to do that, but I'm sure it was discussed, right? He's going to fight another. He's taking on a challenge. He's fighting the undefeated Mexican contender Sebastian Hernandez, who's a big puncher. He's taking a challenge, but we shouldn't shit on Junto Nakatani because he's not fighting Naoya Inoue on his debut at 122, and 122 is only 4 pounds away from 118. Boots Ennis was moving to 154, which is 7 pounds away from 147. And he's fighting a guy who was an IBO champion. It's funny that we'll shit on the IBO belt and say, oh, the IBO doesn't mean nothing. But then you realize that Manny Pacquiao, one of the reasons why he's an 8 division champion is because one of those divisions at 140, he only had the IBO belt. It matters for Manny Pacquiao. When Dmitry Bivol went to fight Artur Beterbiev, he had 2 belts on his shoulder, but he only had the WBA because Beterbiev had the WBC, IBF, and WBO. But then you realize, oh, Dmitry Bivol was carrying the WBA belt on his left shoulder, and on his right shoulder, he was carrying proudly the IBO belt. But the IBO belt doesn't mean nothing when you're trying to shit on a fighter. But for the fighters, the IBO means something. And when you're trying to prove a point, you're Max Kellerman, the IBO means something, you know? Because then you realize that, oh, at 140, Manny Pacquiao didn't have the WBC belt. He didn't have the WBO belt. He didn't have the IBF belt. He didn't have the WBA belt. He had the IBO belt at 140 against the late, great Ricky Hitman Hatton. Go look it up. Look it up, bro. Look it up. Yeah, exactly, Pat. Shout out to Pat. Tank says, yep.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Look it up. Look it up. At 140, what belt did Manny Pacquiao have? It wasn't the WBA. It wasn't the WBC. It wasn't the IBF. It wasn't the WBO. It was the IBO. But the IBO don't matter, though. He said, I stand on that. The IBO being useless. But that's different, though, Kendrick. You're not telling me that the IBO is useless depending on who has it. You just telling me it's useless. I'm not mad at that. I just like consistency, man. I'm not saying that you gotta like the IBO, but if you're gonna shit on the IBO, then shit on it when it's in the possession of everybody. Don't just shit on it when it's in the possession of a certain person in particular. Shit on it for everybody. If it's worthless for Wiesma, it's worthless for Dimitri. If it's worthless for Dimitri, it's worthless for Manny. But if it's meaningful for Manny, if it's meaningful for Dimitri, then it's meaningful for Wiesma as well. That's all I'm damn saying. Shout out to Underground Posse. He said they gave him the ringside belt for Lima. Man, then Dragon to be a unified champion that you never beat a champ for. It was emailed Doug Brian Norman. That's not true, Underground. He did beat a champ. He beat Amantas Stanionis, the undefeated Lithuanian champion, bro. What are you talking about? For the unified. If you want to say he never beat a champ because he was emailed, do you call Benavidez an email champion? He was emailed the WBC belt for light heavyweight from Dmitry Bivol, right? So you got to realize that we either going to know boxing or we're not going to know boxing, right? And I'm not knocking. You have your opinion. I'm not saying that all belts are created equal. I'm not saying that every champion is created equal. I'm not saying that the path to every belt is created equal. But what I am saying is that we have to know boxing, right? Why did John Boots Ennis get emailed a belt? Why did Amantas Stanionis get emailed a belt? Why did Brian Norman get emailed a belt? Why did Lewis Crocker... Well, Lewis Crocker's after Jerome Boots Ennis. Let me not use Lewis Crocker. Stanionis, Jerome Boots Ennis, Brian Norman. Who am I missing? Who am I missing, chat? I'm missing somebody. Who had the WBC belt at 140 at the time? I mean 147 at the time. I don't remember. Who was the WBC champion at 147 at the time? Stanionis WBA. Boots WB was the IBF. WBO was Brian Norman. Who the hell was the WBC champion at 147 at the time? Barrios. Thank you. Mario Barrios. Thank you. Yeah, Mario Barrios, right? So thank you, Kendrick. So Mario Barrios, right? Why were they all emailed? They were all emailed the belt, right? Now at 140 was Devin. 140 was WBC was Devin. But 147. I was talking about 140. Thank you, Mario Barrios. They were all emailed the belt, right? Why was that? It's because Terrence Crawford was undisputed. Right? So when you're undisputed and you leave a division, everybody gets emailed. That's how boxing works, bro. We can't conveniently forget that and conveniently acknowledge it depending on what we're trying to say. We either acknowledge it or we don't. That's how boxing works. So whenever it's not just applicable to the 147 welterweight division. It's applicable wherever there's an undisputed champion. Same with 118, right? When Naoya Inoue was undisputed and he moved up, everybody subsequently gets elevated unless he fights them. So we got to stop it, bro. Like we got to pick a lane. So yes, you could shit on Boots for being an emailed IBF champion. Okay, well then you got to shit on Brian Norman for being an emailed WBO champion. Because when he beat Giovanni Santillan for the interim belt, that was an interim belt. He got elevated after that. And the reason why I personally don't knock them is because if Brian Norman would have lost to Santillan, then Santillan would have been elevated, right? So essentially, retroactively, that was their title fight. Same with Daniel Dubois and Philip Hrgovic. When Daniel Dubois and Philip Hrgovic fought, it was not for the IBF belt. But then Usyk was stripped because he was the undisputed champion, right? And then he got stripped by the IBF. And then retroactively, Daniel Dubois was elevated. Was he an illegitimate champion? No, because if he would have lost to Hrgovic, Hrgovic would have been elevated. So this notion that you're emailed a gift, like it's a gift, how come they didn't email you? How come they didn't email me? How come they didn't email the other guys in the rankings of the sanctioned body? They didn't email them because they weren't in a position to receive that email. So let's not shit on and minimize these fighters. You see what I'm saying? They don't dream of getting emailed a belt. They want to win and have that formality and the ceremonial belt being brought to them right in the ring. But they can't help that the sanctioned bodies are greedy and they want to elevate and promote fighters when they see fit or email them when they see fit. That's what happens in boxing, bro. So yeah, you could say that they didn't receive the belt and beat anybody, but if Jerron Boots Ennis would have lost, who was that fight? I don't even remember what fight that was before he got elevated. Was it Royman Villa? I don't remember. Somebody let me know. But if he would have lost a fight prior to being elevated or emailed, he would not have been elevated or emailed. So those fights were their championship fight. Same with David Benavidez. If David Benavidez would have lost to David Morrell, well then guess what? President Mauricio Solomon with the WBC, they would have stripped Bivol and gave it to David Morrell. That doesn't minimize, that doesn't, in my opinion, that doesn't mean that we should omit the work that they already put through by saying disrespectful things like email. But to each his own. Some people say that all the time. I just don't live by that. Rolly Romero is a WBA 147-pound champion. He beat Ryan Garcia, and then he got elevated once Boots left. He's a legitimate champion. Because if he would have lost to Ryan Garcia, which was what their intentions were, they made that fight between Ryan and Rolly a WBA for the WBA interim belt because they were trying to get Ryan Garcia a free belt. But they didn't realize that Rolly Romero was a former champion and he's better than Ryan Garcia's poop-hut ass. So it was a failed attempt to give a gift-wrapped belt to Ryan Garcia. And it's crazy because if Ryan Garcia was elevated, I'm not talking about you personally. I'm saying that the boxing masses, like Max Kellerman and stuff, the quote-unquote boxing experts, they would not have a problem with saying that he's a champion if he was in Rolly Romero's position. But all of a sudden, Rolly Romero's a fake champion, right? Even though he was a former champion, he's a fake champion. It's not his fault that Jerron Boots Ennis decided to move up. In fact, Rolly Romero should send Jerron Boots Ennis a thank you letter. Shout out to Rolly. I like Rolly. But so should Lewis Crocker and Patty Donovan. Their rematch suddenly became for the vacant IBF belt because Jerron Boots Ennis moved up. No one's going to say that they were they given a title. They fought for a vacant belt. And their fight wasn't originally scheduled to be for the IBF belt. It just became that once Boots moved up and fought Wiesma Lima because he was a unified champion. Is that a fake belt? Like, come on, bro. What are we doing? There's so many email champions in boxing. It's not the fighter's fault. Shout out to my brother Pat. He said, "Doctor, I love your example. Why did they email? Why did they email me? Why they email me, bro? You feel me, Pat? Why they email me, bro? You know what I'm saying? The point is that they email people that are in a position to be emailed. You see what I'm saying? They're in a position to be elevated. They don't just email random people. You see what I'm saying? So if you lose, then you won't get the email. If you're not in a position, you won't get the email. If you're not in the top 10 or top 5 or top 2, you won't get the email, bro. Everybody does not get an opportunity. There's a lot of fighters that don't get an opportunity to be emailed. There's a lot of fighters, man. You better ask Cody Crowley. He wasn't in a position to get emailed. Ask Shakram Giyashov. I bet you he wants that email. You feel me? You feel me? I bet you Virgil Ortiz would like an email. You know what I'm talking about? Hell, shit, give me an email. I'm sure Rashidi Ellis, Speedy Rashidi would like an email. Nah, bro, don't go to everybody. You still got to be in a position. If not, you ain't gonna hear the "you got mail." You ain't gonna hear that, cuzzy. You might got spam mail. You ain't got this. You ain't got this belt mail. Shout out to Irony. He says, if Tank moves on, will the same thing happen with Kid Austin, or will he fight Body? In my personal opinion, you know, the WBA is tricky, man. I can't make predictions on the WBA, man. You saw when I interviewed Jorge Linares. Shout out to the former champion Venezuelan Jorge Linares, man. Dope dude, big salute. He's a WBA supervisor. He said he don't know what's gonna happen. He said that he thinks they should be that Tank should be stripped. And you know, Tank is my favorite fighter, but I think he should be stripped as well. You know, because he's not even fighting a boxing match. You know what I'm saying? You know, Tank is my favorite, but I don't pull no punches for nobody, you know? I think that if you're gonna fight the fight that the WBA didn't order you to fight, and you're not even fighting a real boxing match, I think you should be stripped. I think it's appropriate. But I understand it not being stripped because he did have a defense against Lamont Roach, and he didn't lose. It was a draw, right? But to answer your question, do I think that'll happen? I think that that's what should happen, right? Because Lucas Body just won a title eliminator against Royer Gutierrez, right? Roger Gutierrez. So he won a title eliminator, meaning he should have a title shot. So in the scenario that WBA strips Gervonta Tank Davis, right? Then, you know, you got to go for the guy who won the title eliminator. You have to put him in a position to fight for the title. And that would be against the guy who's highly ranked, number one, Floyd Kid Austin Schofield. So that would make sense. So I think that it would make sense for Lucas Body and Floyd Schofield, hypothetically speaking, to then fight for the vacant title that Gervonta Tank Davis gave up. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think unless Tank retires, if Tank doesn't retire and he keeps fighting, I think he'll keep his belt and he'll have to fight either Lucas Body or Kid Austin. You know, and I think it would probably be Kid Austin, especially if he beats Jojo Diaz, if they fight. But if he doesn't fight and he's injured, it should be. You know what? I'm going to tell you what I think is going to happen. I think that Lucas Body and Floyd Schofield will fight for an interim belt. And then they'll see what Tank does. And if Tank retires, then the winner of that fight will be elevated or emailed. And then I think that Tank will move on. But if Tank decides to stay, then I think that, I ain't going to lie. I think that he'll fight the winner of Schofield and Body. But for some reason, I just don't feel like Schofield will fight Tank. I'm going to be honest. I don't think he'll fight Tank. Now, I'm not saying that it's a scared thing, but I think there'll be some reason where he won't fight Tank. Similar to how he didn't fight Shakur, but maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. There's a lot more money in fighting Gervonta than fighting Shakur, so maybe he would go through with it. But yeah, he definitely ducked Shakur, so I'm not going to give him I'm not going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he'll fight Gervonta either. You know, I think he'll duck him too. That's probably what's going to happen. Yeah, I think so. But I can't guess on the WBA and President Gilberto Mendoza because he be doing some crazy stuff. He be doing whatever he want. I ain't going to lie. Shout out to Kenny Slim. He said, IBO, I've been offered. I've been offered is crazy. Yeah, you hating, bro. This man said the IBO, I've been offered a belt is crazy. Nah, you disrespectful, bro. You disrespectful, bro. Shout out to Ill Will in the building. What's good, brethren? Abass, man, hey, Abass, I like that fight, man. I'm like I said, that fight is shout out to Irony. You know, I'm conflicted with that fight, right? Like I said, I had the pleasure of meeting both champions, Abass Baraou and Xander Zayas, but I would lean towards I think, like I said, I think that Xander should be the favorite, and he's going to be the favorite. He should be, but I'll be rooting for Abass Baraou, and I think it's a 50-50 fight, but I won't be mad at whoever wins because I like them both. And they're both great. But the phone lines are now open, man. The phone lines are open. I also want to say, too, I joked about this earlier, but I will be live again tonight, good Lord willing, because I will be watching Mary Spencer defend her WBA belt against Michaela Mayer, who the fight is actually for 3 titles, because the vacant title at 154, there's 2 vacant titles, the WBC and the WBO. They're now on the line as well. That was declared late. Originally, it was just supposed to be for Mary Spencer's WBA 154-pound title. The champion, the welterweight champion, Michaela Mayer, is moving up to challenge Mary Spencer for a WBA belt, but now 3 belts are on the line. And the only reason why all 4 belts aren't on the line is because O'Shea Jones has the IBF belt at 154. Shout out to O'Shea Jones. She's trained by Bosley Ennis. So yeah, I will be tuning in, whether it's on Tubi, whether it's on Facebook, you feel me? Whether it's on Top Rate Classics, whether it's on YouTube or gosh dang Twitter or Blue Sky, we gonna be tuning in. You feel me? As long as I can find the broadcast, we locked in. So I'm gonna be on live for that later on tonight. You feel me? But yeah, yes, please shout out to my brother Pat Bandero, man. He said press the likes, people. Yes, man. My brother always tell people to hit the likes, man. You know, I'm very choosy with my mods because I don't want to have a gosh dang channel full of mods. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think, you know, I want to slow down on hitting mods. So anybody who's not a mod, please don't look at it as me as being disrespectful. No. I just want people to, you know, earn their mods, man. I'm here a lot of times, and I want moderators to be people that actually moderate. And, you know, I don't have 10 people and 30 mods in here. I want to have, you know what I'm saying? When we get more people, the more people we get, the more mods we'll have, you know what I'm saying? But I got to mod up my brother Pat Bandero, man. He always say press the likes. He always supports me on other platforms as well. Like, he always retweets my shit and tweets my shit, man. That helps us to keep going and growing, man. So shout out to my brother Pat, man. I got to hit my boy, my Congolese brethren with a mod. You feel me? Shout out to Big Dog Willie dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter.
These biscuits.
Yeah, no disrespect to anybody who does that, have everybody being mod. I just not for my channel, man. You know what I'm saying? Not for me. I feel like I feel like I should have, you know, the more people we get in the channel, like we start growing, then we have more mods. You know, I think that just makes sense for me. There's no disrespect to anybody who's not a mod. And shout out to Smoochie, you know, Smoochie, you know I love you, Smoochie. I thought you was gone, man. You know, miss my dog Smoochie. I miss my dog Smoochie, man, but she back though. One time for the ladies, you know, I'm talking about. Shout out to Smoochie Smooch in the building, man. The place is better with her. You feel me? Shout out to my brother Big Dog Willie. He said Tank beats Jake Paul with a reversed Boston Crab. Shout out to Big Dog Willie dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter, man. I appreciate that, man, with the graffiti on the chat walls. Thank you so much, Big Dog Willie. That's my guy right there, man. He says, Big Dog Willie. Big Dog Willie Khan. GOAT WT. Oh, that's too much words, bro. I don't know. Big Dog Willie Khan. GOAT TWT 6939. Shout out to my brother Big Dog Willie, man. Always showing love, man. I appreciate you, bro. All right, man. Hey, man. My boy Tank gonna win, man. You know what I'm saying? Where my GTD chains at? My boy Tank gonna win now. He gonna win, bro. But shout out to Jake Paul as well, man. I can't knock Jake Paul. Jake Paul is doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? From a business standpoint, especially holding it down for the ladies. Time will tell how much of an impact he'll make on the sport. But I don't like his fights, but you know, shout out to what he's doing, man. He has some pretty good undercards and stuff like that. Wait, who we jumping in? We jumping in Pat Bandero, man. You know what I'm saying? We gotta jump in Pat, man. We gotta jump in Pat, man. Haven't been there, like, fight back. You gotta fight back, Pat.
Get him up, let him get up, let him get up, let him get up. Fight back, man. Fight back.
Fight back, Pat. Fight back. They jumping you in, bro. Biscuit button jam, you feel me? The biscuit button jam. They hating on the biscuits. G tatted up in the building, my brother. What's good, bruh? Excuse me, what's good, brethren? That's what I tried to say. Freaking sneeze caught me, but it didn't come out. Shout out to G tatted in the building. What's good, bro? Said we back. Love it. I love it. Pat says, yo, you heard Tyson having Congolese roots? Oh, word? Nah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. You think he chasing them diamonds is crazy. I didn't know. Hey, bro. And somebody too. I just heard Daniel Dubois is Nigerian, man. I didn't know that. You know, I just found out not too long ago that Daniel Dubois has Nigerian roots, man. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Mike Tyson having Congolese roots. You know, Deontay Wilder has either Nigerian roots or he's either from Nigeria or Benin. I'm not sure. But shout out to him, man. You know, hey, it's always good to know yourself, man. You know. We all supposed to come together, man. We all one human race anyway, man. We just have different complexions, but you know, it's always good to know, have a sense of your nationality, you know, and even down the line, you know what I'm saying? I'm American, you feel me? But I'm proud of my Jamaican and African, my Jamaican and Nigerian roots. as much as I'm proud of my American roots. You take any one of them out of me, then I'm no longer myself. So, you know, I always, you got to love yourself, man. And all this separation and division and bickering amongst yourself, that shit corny, bro. People be trying to have some type of, I don't know, whatever. It's just weakness to me. The division is weakness, bro. You got to be confident who you are. I feel like people try to have a false sense of unity through division and be like, oh, we're better than you and you're better than, tighten up, bro. Tighten up, bro. Tighten up. How's Danny Dubois' sister? Carolyn, she doing good. You know, she was out there. Hey, she was swinging for the GOAT. Hey, she was swinging for the GOAT, Smoochie. She was out there swinging for the GOAT. Hey, Carolyn Dubois definitely be holding it down for Clarissa though. She liked Clarissa, and she was her and Alicia Bumgarner were going back and forth like they usually do. I think it would be nice to see Carolyn Dubois and Terry Harper fight. You know, I think that'd be a good fight. But I like Carolyn Dubois, Alicia Bumgarner too. I like that fight as well. I would lean towards the Baumgartner. I think Alicia has more skills right now and she has more experience, but that's a great fight. I'm going with the Baum. And I ain't gonna lie, I might be rooting for Carolyn though. I like Carolyn Dubois. You know me, I like Carolyn Dubois. She's one of my favorite female fighters to watch, you know. My favorite is, you know, I like Clarissa Shields a lot. I like Gabriella Fedora a lot. I like Sherneka Johnson a lot. Yeah, Sugar Neeks, but not because of them sugar cheeks. I think she's a good fighter. I like Chicken, you know, Sharetta Metcalf, who just lost to Sherneka not too long ago, but she bounced back. I like Ellie Scottney. I like Alicia Bumgarner. I'd say my favorite though to watch, I got to go with Gabriella Fedora right now. Man, she killing it, man. Sweet Poison, aka the Golden Girl, she be doing her thing. Shout out to let me see this chat right here. Shout out to Michael Myers, right in time for Halloween. He said Turkey is adding fuel to everybody who didn't like how Haney performed by saying if he performs like that in November, it's over for him. Shout out to my brother Oster, man. I ain't see you in the chat, man. Oster in the building. Michael Myers, I agree with that. You know, and I think it's a disservice to what Devin Haney brings to the game. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with having your preference, right? We're all human. There's some things that I gravitate towards that you may not gravitate towards, that you may gravitate towards that I may not. That's preferences. But to shit on different fighting styles is crazy. I know it's a little different, right? But you know, I love basketball. You know, I played sports in high school and stuff, basketball, football, ran track, boxed and stuff like that. And as a former amateur boxer, you can't go in there and tell somebody not to move around. You can't tell your target or your opponent to be stationary. In fact, you want to fight different styles. It's not fun getting punched on and getting evaded and having to chase somebody down, but that's part of the game. You got to cut off the ring. What are we talking about, bro? Like, so there you have to appreciate the different styles. Like, and the reason why I bring up basketball is because just like basketball, the exciting play in boxing is knockouts, right? We love to see the knockouts or the knockdowns. Just like in basketball, we love to see the slam dunks, the 360s, the tomahawks, the alley-oops. But does that mean that there's no room for the mid-range jumper? Does that mean that there's no room for the layup or the floater? We can't have the float game? I love the float game, you feel me? But if we watch highlights of basketball plays, we're not going to see the layup. We're not going to see we might see some nice ones if he does like a Euro step and does it in traffic. But you know what I'm saying? We're not going to see the mid-range fadeaway jumper. But the majority of the points come that way. So same in boxing. Every punch is not going to be a freaking knockout. If you want to watch all knockouts, watch Instagram, TikTok highlight reels. It's called boxing, not knockout kings. It's called the sweet science, not knockout kings. It's called, I don't know, hit and don't get hit, not knockout kings. So you have to, in my opinion, to fully appreciate the sport, you have to recognize that it's an art form and that there's different ways to execute a game plan. Devin Haney is more of an evasive fighter, but it takes boxing skill to effectively move laterally for the duration of 12 rounds. So if you say that, oh, well, Devin Haney is running or Shakur is running or Bivol is running or this person is running, well, then it's not like they're running on an infinite plane, right? They're running in a confined space. So if the space is confined, why can't you track them down? Maybe you need to work on cutting off the ring, or maybe you're not really trying to track them down as much as you're pretending to. Because when you track them down, you catch a fire in your face. You feel me? Like you might really be trying to track them down, but you're not really trying to track them down because they're putting that pressure on you. You see what I'm saying? When you do track them down. So, you know, I think the onus, of course, the fight should be entertaining. It should be exciting, yes. But the main objective is to win. Tank is one of my favorite fighters. It's not a coincidence that some of my favorite fighters are big hitters, right? Like Gervonta Tank Davis, but he's an all-around fighter. Junto Nakatani, he's a big hitter, but he's an all-around fighter. I like Terrence Crawford a lot. He's an all-around fighter. So I do like fighters that engage, but I also appreciate different styles too. Dimitri Bivol is one of my favorite fighters. He's an evasive fighter. You know, Shakur's not one of my favorite fighters, but I think he's one of the best fighters. And I appreciate what they do. You know what I'm saying? So, I think Turkey, he says that he appreciates it, but then he makes Tom and Jerry comments. Now, don't get me wrong. What Jermaine Ortiz did against Teofimo was, I didn't like that. I thought that performance was whack, and I thought he deserved to lose. And I'm not a Teofimo fan, but I think when you're fighting a champion, you can't. It shouldn't be clear that your objective is to not engage. Like, you know, boxing is a form of fighting, and all fighting at the foundation, you have to engage. Whether you're wrestling, doing karate, taekwondo, or boxing, you have to engage at some point. That's how you fight, right? But I think there's a difference between being evasive and running. You see what I'm saying? I think what Devin Haney did against, what's his name? Jose Carlos Ramirez, who's a former Olympian, who's a former unified champion, then he should know how to cut off the ring, right? I don't really think that was, it was not pleasing, and it was not entertaining, but I don't think it was fully running. I think it was a lateral movement. And if you notice, he outlanded Jose Carlos Ramirez. And if you also notice, he also outthrew and outlanded Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero. 2 fights. We didn't accuse them of running, right? So you have to acknowledge that as well. When Devin Haney, when Carlos Ramirez, Jose Carlos Ramirez got in range, Devin Haney sat on some of his punches. Was it exciting as a Tank fight? No. Was it as exciting as a Perturbia fight? No. But you know, Robert Garcia is a trainer of the year, right? Former trainer of the year. He should have anticipated that. You can't teach a former unified champion, a former Olympian, Jose Carlos Ramirez, how to effectively cut off a ring. Come on, we gotta look at both sides. Now, I'm not saying cutting off the ring is easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but if it was easy, all of us would do it. I'm not doing it. You're doing it. You're doing it at the highest levels. You should be able to. So that's why Teofimo, I think that performance, it was trashed by Jermaine Ortiz, but it was also trashed on Teofimo. Teofimo also should have been able to cut off the ring. And Canelo's my favorite fighter. I hold my favorite fighters accountable too. I thought that his performance against William Skull was also trash. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother Cinnamon. He held it down and he won. You know what I'm saying? He went in there and he spanked William Skull. Hit that bang boom on him. He went and spanked him, you feel me? But I didn't like it. I thought that performance was shitty. And I thought that Canelo was complacent in there. And I've seen Canelo cut off the ring better. But, you know, because of where he was at in the current climate of, cutting off the ring and these guys running, that's what we get. When somebody does run, then we're going to say that we're going to blame them and give it to the other fighter that looks like he's coming forward. Shout out to my guy, Jay Sharp, a.k.a. Wango in the building. Yes, sir. Wilkins Matthews on the card because it's in Canada, right? He's Canadian, so it's dope. He's on the card. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Wilkins Matthews, man. Mary Spencer's Canadian too, right? Yeah. So, yeah, I'm looking for. I think the card's going to be pretty good for a Thursday. Hey, you feel me? So we gonna be live for that, my brother. For a Thursday, it ain't too bad. Shout out to Pat. He said Tyson recently went to the Congo to salute his brother. He said he found out he was from Congo, so that's why he went out there. That's dope, man. Oster says, especially Virgil, which ass, not bitch ass. It's crazy because he definitely ain't fighting for one. Yeah, he's not fighting for a title. I think I missed somebody else. Preach, doctor. Appreciate that, Pat. He said, preach, doctor. It's called the sweet science. Some people don't even realize the position of the feet is the most important. Now, come on now. Shout out to G Tatted. He said, I have to admit, I didn't like the Ramirez performance either. Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I did not like Devin either, his performance, but I didn't like Ramirez. Ain't doing enough. You feel me? You got the trainer of the year. You're a former Olympian and you're a former unified champion. You can't cut off the ring. I'm not going. I'm not just gonna. I'm gonna blame Devin Haney for being born, but I'm also gonna blame you too. Just like with Shakur and De Los Santos, I didn't just blame Shakur. He's a more popular fighter, but the pressure fighter was supposed. The pressure and the punching power was supposed to come for De Los Santos. I blame them both. You said they both put on a trash performance. It takes 2 to tango, man. So let me finish reading what G-Tad said. G-Tad said, I have to admit, I didn't like the Ramirez performance either. He moved too much, and I've even heard some diehard Devin Haney channels say he performed like he's a shell-shocked in his prior fight. Yeah, like he's shell-shocked. I didn't like the performance. I'm not saying you have to like it. So, yeah, I'm with you. He definitely looked, hey, that's why I got Brian Norman. You see what I'm saying? I got Brian Norman winning, but I think it's a 50-50 fight, man. I think Devin Haney could outbox Brian Norman. And, you know, it's a big, they both have clear advantages and clear disadvantages. So we'll see how it goes. I'm not going, Irony. Shout out to my brother Irony. He says he's in the Discord, but let me pull you up. And yeah, man, if you want to pull up to the chat, man, the link is in the comments, pinned on the comments, man. Hit the link, man. Let me know what you think. Hit the link. Let me know what you think. You feel me? And subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, which I don't know why you haven't. If you haven't, you know what I'm saying? Hold it down. Subscribe to the channel and consider becoming a member, man. It starts at $3 a month. You get all types of perks. You get access to these wonderful emotes, the best emotes on YouTube for a boxing channel. And you get access to a lot of things, man. You get more time in the Discord. I usually keep people to 3 minutes, but when you're a member, you get more time. You know what I'm saying? You get access to things in the Discord, like if you want to advertise your own channel. You know what I'm saying? Ask Irony, you know. I open that up so you can let people know when you're going live, when you drop a video and all that good stuff and bond. So just little perks I could give to those that do a little more, man. So I appreciate everybody, but I have to shout out to the members a little more, man, because they keep the lights on. They keep us going and growing. Their support's a little stronger. And shout out to those that hit the Patreon as well. We also have the Patreon that gives you access to behind the scenes content and stuff like that. I need to add some more, which will be coming shortly. Shout out to those on the Patreon, Ty and Smoochie specifically, man. But follow on all the platforms. It really helps us to keep going. You feel me? Let me pull up my brother. Let me pull up my brother. Mi hermano canal. Uh-oh. Our Discord's not working. Uh-oh. We might be dead. The Discord is not working. What the heck? Oh, there we go. Oh, we got Tufo in the back too. Okay. Okay. Who was there first? Was it Tufo or was it Irony? Who was there first? I'm gonna pull up Irony. I think I saw Irony's message. I don't know how long Tufo's been in there though. I'm gonna pull up whoever was first. Was it Tufo or was it Irony? Southwest Dice in the building. What's good, brethren? It's not storming where I was at yet. It was storming yesterday though, not yet today. All right, Irony. All right, bet. Thank you, Irony. Irony in the building, man. What's good, my brother?
Can you hear me, bro?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear. How are you?
God bless you, bro.
God bless you too, man. Dios te bendiga, mi hermano. What's popping?
Yes, sir. I don't even know. I just wanted to chop it up with you for a while.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Let's do it.
You told me about Buatsi and Zach Parker. What about this kid, this heavyweight guy, Lanier Perot? Anything on him?
I've seen him fight a couple times. I think he's good, but yeah, I don't know, man. I think this is a nice little step up for him against Jordan Thompson. Lanier Perot, he's Cuban, correct? I think so.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, man. I wanted to go to that fight, man, but I didn't hear nothing back from Matchroom. But yeah, man. I think he should be. I'm favoring him. He's a big hitter. Nice power. I'm favoring him, man. But I don't know. I think I seen him fight 2 or 3 times, so I don't know like too much on him. But yeah, I seen him fight on a couple Matchroom cards before, and I think what's the name's fighting on there too. Guy from Florida, former Olympian. He just signed with Matchroom. Amari Jones. Thank you. Yeah, he's on that card too, right? I think so.
Yes, yes. But here's the weird part about it. You know, I was when I was doing my live last night, I was checking the schedule, and you know what the weirdest thing is? When you check the card, there's a bunch of like TBA opponents, and I'm like, TBA.
Oh man! So they don't have his. So he doesn't have an opponent announced.
I mean, I wanna believe that they just haven't updated this, right? Because otherwise, are we gonna pull up a Coley here?
Yep, that's what's gonna happen, man. They're gonna pull up. What'd you say? They're gonna pull up one of your neighbors, man. Fight me and one of my neighbors here. I put that on a short, man. I can't remember. Who are you talking about though? I think it was Anthony Yard. Yeah, you said Anthony Yard. He fights. Yeah, I made a clip out of that, man. He said that Anthony Yard, if he's not fighting the top guys like Beterbiev, Benavidez, or Kovalev, he's fighting one of your neighbors. That joke's funny, man. That's a fact, though. That's a fact, bro.
That was a short or
huh?
That was a short? Or...
Yeah, I made a short of it. Yeah, I made a short, yeah. A little while ago, yeah. It's all good.
Awesome. But so yeah, I was I'm glad you said that because I was about to ask you. I said it was in Orlando, Florida. I don't know if you live in what part of Florida.
Oh, I'm in Port St. Lucie. I'm in like a little bit southeast of that.
How long is that to Orlando?
To Orlando is about 2.5 hour drive.
Was
2
that
hour
where
drive.
the MVP card
Yep.
was?
Yeah, I was in
Morocco?
Orlando in Caribe Royale. Same exact venue too. Yep.
Yeah, both days, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're saying this one is there as well?
Yeah, this one's
Near
there as well. Yeah, yeah. That's why I was gonna go. I was gonna go if I would have heard back from Matchroom, but I didn't hear anything. So I
Do you
ain't
think
gonna.
you may hear something between? No, it's too late, right?
No, I don't know. I might because they have done something like that before. Late, but I just it's too late, man. I gotta make travel arrangements unless you gonna hit me up late and then get my room and board and all that stuff. Then I'll come out of pocket for the travel, but I ain't coming out of pocket for all that stuff. Yeah, it's too late for me to make a hotel reservation. Now they're gonna tax me like hell.
Absolutely. Nah, that's it's not even like with all the respect, it's not even that big of a fight,
Right, exactly.
So,
Yeah.
But okay, I mean, also Rashidi Ellis versus Fortuna is on Saturday.
Oh yeah, don't even remind me of that nonsense. No disrespect to Fortuna, but man, Fortuna, I was surprised to see that, and no disrespect to Rashidi Ellis, but you see, like, my bad, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead before I go. Go ahead, my fault.
No, please go ahead.
I was gonna say like Rashidi Ellis, like shout out to Rashidi Ellis, but Boots gets a lot of and well deserved too. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to say that Boots should not get criticism for fighting Weezy Malima. If you want, but I just try to be fair. That's all I say. Like, don't go overboard. But Rashidi Ellis is another guy that Boots tried to fight instead of Weezy Malima, right? And he didn't sign, and now he's fighting Javier Fortuna. So are you mad at Boots? Or are you mad at Speedy Rashidi? Should you be mad at Boychuk because that's another guy that he reached out to, or should you be mad at what I'm saying? Maybe both to blame or whatever, but I think Rashidi Ellis, this might be a good fight for him, and no disrespect to Javier Fortuna. He's a good fighter, been in the ring with a lot of people, including Ryan Garcia. And Speedy Rashidi, I think he only has one loss to Royman Villa, right? Or did he beat him?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Royman Villa. So he's a good fighter, but you fighting Javier Fortuna, bro. You could have fought Boots.
Yeah, not to mention this ain't, this is an over the hill Javier Fortuna.
Come on now.
Because Javier Fortuna, when he was in his prime, he could give anybody trouble.
Facts. I like Javier Fortuna.
But I mean, I'm sorry I brought that. I just bring everything up. I don't care, like I just put up the schedule and I say this guy's fighting that guy, but I'm not so sure that I'm gonna watch that, to be honest with you.
Facts. Yeah, I don't, especially if there's another fight on. Absolutely not. Well, it says 6 o'clock, so if it comes on before. Oh, that's right up there. That's up. What's it called, Smoochie? The Nutmeg State. That's in your area. That's in Connecticut, actually. Rashidi Ellis versus Javier Fortuna. Yeah, if it's like it's coming on, it's scheduled at 6. So if it's like done by the time the Linear Perro fight and Jordan Thompson, then I'll watch it. I might come on a little early just to watch it, but yeah, I'm definitely not going on my way. And I forgot that Pat Brown. I like Pat Brown too, and Nishan Dev. Nishan Dev is a fighter out of India, holding down India. I'm looking forward to see him. And Pat Brown, he's another prospect out of England. So they're on the card too. Yeah, it's nice. I'm gonna check that out.
All three of them, Omari Jones and Dev and Pat Brown.
TBA. Hey, we don't know who they fight. Hey, I might have to pull up, man. They might throw me in there with all three of them. Go ahead. You down? Go ahead. You in shape? Go ahead. Fight Pat Brown, then fight Nishan Dev, then fight Omari Jones next. All three the same night, bro. You right. Maybe that's why it's good I don't go, man. I might end up in the ring with one of them. I don't know who they fight.
Fucked up, bro. But it's gotta be like they haven't updated it or something. It's gotta be. Bro.
Yeah. They should have a. Yeah. Let me look. Let me see if I can find who they're fighting.
All three of them, coincidence? Nah,
yeah. That's crazy. That's how they ain't fight nobody of too much consequence. We can say that comfortably, I think.
That's fucked up, bro. But
okay, so he's fighting Yusuf Metu. Omari Jones is. Yeah, he's fighting Yusuf Metu, a guy fighting out of Tanzania. He's 12-2. Let's see. He hasn't really fought. Oh no, he fought in America one time. It's not his last fight, but his fight before that. Yeah. Most of his fights are in Tanzania. It's like, yeah, I don't really expect.
That's Omari Jones' opponent?
That's Omari Jones' opponent. He's never been stopped. 2 losses, never been stopped, though. Who's the other guy? Nishan Dev. Let's see if I can find Nishan Dev's opponent. Yeah, that's Omari Jones' opponent. Nishan Dev. Let's see who he's fighting, if I can find it. He's fighting Juan Carlos Oh, I know Juan Carlos Campos, Medina. I know him.
And Pat Brown says
seen him fight
he's
before.
fighting Valera, Dominican fighter.
Okay. So
Just
yeah.
here, Box Live. I don't know if that's true or not.
Right. I mean, but that's why it's TBA, because I've seen this Juan Carlos Campos Medina guy, but I mean, I don't like know him, but I've seen him fight before. I'm looking who he fought. Yeah, he fought Art. I saw his fight against Art Barrera, but not like a big guy, you know. So that's why it's TBA, man. No disrespect to them, but every single person was, who the f is that guy?
Exactly.
Shout out to Smoochie, said Juan Medina. Yep. Everything by John was good, brethren.
What was I gonna say? Shit, I just forgot.
My man, why you thinking about it? I'm laughing at Pat Bandero. He said Pat Brown is already very hyped. Yeah, he's very hyped, man. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm gonna be honest, and let me know how you feel about this. Irony. I don't know, but it's very hard for me to tell English fighters in particular, like British fighters in particular. I'll say UK fighters, but particularly in British fighters, because they look so good. And then it's like they step up and they're just like, oh. You know, so like I'm still not sold on Ezra Taylor. I'm still not sold on Pat Brown. I'm still not sold on Moses Atama. I'm still not sold on Dalton Smith. I'm still not like, it's just very hard, bro. I'm not sold on Giorgio Vizioli. I'm not sold on. I'm just not sold, brother. Like it's like
either, right?
I'm not sold on Ben Whitaker.
No, me neither.
Bro, like I'm not sold on. Like it's so hard for me to tell, bro.
This is a great point, right, that you're making, and I want to say that there's two sides to this coin, right? Because on one end, you're absolutely right, bro. Most of the time, when they make that quote unquote jump and fight Americans or even Hispanics, they most of the time, bro, and I say most, not every time, for a reason, right?
Right.
They get, they get done what Barrera did to Nassim Hamed, for example.
Come on now.
That's how they get done.
Right.
And that's, I will give you an 80-20 on that ratio. Maybe a little bit more actually, but the fact of the matter is there has been some exceptions. You know, you got the Lennox Lewises, you got
Fury,
the Carl Froch, all those heavyweights, and I mean
Tyson Fury. I'll say Tyson Fury, AJ exceptions too.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. If you want to throw the Y in there, feel free as well. But,
absolutely. Daniel Dubois,
But you know, for you know, Eubank, Ben, there's definitely been some exceptions in the fathers, obviously.
Right.
Make that clear.
Yeah, right.
But most of the time, so but there's always gonna be exception. I would say Amir Khan is probably an exception.
Yeah, Amir Khan. So what I'm saying, I'm not saying. Let me reiterate. I'm not saying that there's not any good. All the fighters out of UK are skeptical. I'm talking about at the beginning. I'm specifically talking about at the beginning of their careers. Like all the guys I named, they have a pretty limited sample size. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm not saying that they won't become something or no UK fighter can be trusted. Like Carl Froch, like you mentioned, and there's AJ, David Hay, even, you know, like there's good guys. Well, I'm just saying it's just hard for me to tell who is actually promising and who's just being propped up. It's hard for me. I mean, look at Johnny Fisher, the Rumford Bull. He was kicking everybody's ass. Alan Babbitt and then David Allen, the White Rhino, put that thing on him twice.
No, that's why I'm saying, like, I think you're right. I mean, I think you're actually right, because you're not saying everyone. So you're saying, we're basically saying the same thing,
right?
But to be fair to your point, that's what happens most of the time. Like 8 out of 10, or maybe 7 out of 10, no less. It happens what Johnny Fisher versus Dave Allen 2.
Come on now.
That's what happens most of the time.
Come on now. And to be fair too, we saw what happened in part 2, but that was recompense for what should have happened in part 1. He lost the first one. He just didn't get stopped. But he lost that first one too.
Yeah, I'm with you there too.
Hell yeah, he lost that first one. But go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
Is Jack Catterall another example? We'll see, because I do like the fact that he's switching things up. You know, you got to do it. I mean, in his case, you had to do it after that Arnold Barbosa fiasco.
Yes.
In my opinion.
I agree. I like the fact he's switching up. Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah. Is that going to work or not? We'll see.
We'll see. Echo Essuman.
Yeah, that's the co-main of Eubank Ben 2, right?
Is it on that card? Yeah. It's on that card. Yep, that's the
So,
co-main. Yeah.
so we'll see. We'll see. I mean, um, but yeah, I mean, to answer your question directly, you're spot on. We do have to be mindful of the exceptions, but the exception don't make the rule. And the rule is, bro, that most of the time, not for nothing, you don't pass that test.
Not even a
You know,
little
I
bit.
have to say it. I have to say. I mean, what do you want me to say? The track record is there. You know.
Right.
But
Exactly.
you know, they're in the picture. They're you know, good opponents
Mm-hmm.
to bump up your name or status or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They serve their purpose, and once in a while it comes to dude that's real special. You know, we know who they are. You know,
Yep.
so
Exactly. Yep.
it's good for them that they have those exceptions to fall back on, and I mean this respectfully, right? Because it wouldn't be good for them to always constantly be, you know, almost there but never made it. You know, close but no cigar. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's good to have some people that actually made it. That's
Yeah.
good for the people
Right.
growing up.
Yeah.
That's good for the fans. That's good for their history. You know, that's
Yeah.
good for them.
And,
With all that
and
being said,
oh, my bad. Go ahead. Sorry.
oh no, just to finish up with
No,
all
no.
that
Take your
being
time. Take your
said,
time.
bro, like 8 out of 10, or I'll give you 7 out of 10, bro. They don't pass the test, and that's fine, bro. That's not the end of the
Don't
world
pass the
either.
test.
It is what it is, you know. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. I'm not sold on Nishan Dev, man. You know, but I'm rooting for him because I think it's dope to have different, you know, representation, different regions and countries and ethnicities and stuff. So that'd be dope to have a Indian representation. You know what I'm saying, at the high level. But I'm just not sold. You know. But I was also gonna say too is like, damn it, I lost my train of thought, and that's why. Damn, what was I gonna say? You said,
You were saying about Nishan Dev.
yeah, but before what you said,
I
damn.
was saying about the UK fighters, you
Uh,
know, 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10.
uh, it's all good, right? It'll come back to me. I can't remember
I'm
it.
sorry.
No. You're good. You're good. Oh, something. But yeah, I think, and like you said, yeah, Joe Kawasaki there. So there's plenty of guys and girls, you know, and girls. I think Carolyn Dubois is a real deal. I think Terry Harper, she bounced back and stuff like that. I think she's the real deal. So
Well, I don't know if I should say Joe Calzaghe because to be fair, you were emphasizing
true
the
British.
British.
That's true. You're right. And he's
Yeah,
from Wales. That's
so
true. You're right. That's true. I was
that's why
emphasizing.
we shouldn't mention Katie Taylor either,
That's
probably.
true. She's Irish. Yep, that's true. Yeah, I was emphasizing England in particular because you know because oh, that's what I was gonna say, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? Because I think that just shows the health of the sport. Like, there's nothing wrong with being a domestic level fighter either. You know what I'm saying? It's to be honest, I feel like it's only kind of bad where it's not a hotbed for boxing. Like, I think you have a pretty good career and be a domestic level fighter in England. You know, I
Sure.
think you'd be well appreciated. You know what I'm saying? But that
Like a
just
Denzel
emphasizes.
I'm
Say it
sorry,
again.
go ahead.
No.
Like
Go
a
ahead.
Vincent Benton type, you know, or
Yeah.
something like that.
Right.
Allen.
Right. So yeah. So they do what they do. Like my brother Pat Bandera says, things are like more of like part of the culture, and you go to these fights as like an event. So you could go and be like you know, be a pretty big star at a local level, at domestic level in England. So I think that just shows the strength of boxing there. So yeah, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just you might get a rude awakening when you actually do step up and not fight guys that are from 2 blocks over and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like guys you might go drinking with on Saturday and stuff like that. Like when you actually start fighting guys that this is all they have and they had to prove themselves to fight out of Ireland, or they had to prove themselves to fight out of Jamaica or Australia or you know what I'm saying, or Colombia or whatever it is, Nigeria or America or Mexico, or you know, or even like Puerto Rico, you know, or wherever.
Mm-hmm.
So when you got to prove yourself and go through that stuff, then you kind of have like a leg up, as opposed to, in my opinion, anyway.
I appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much.
Oh, you already
I
know,
don't.
man.
I gotta get some coffee, bro, for real.
Yeah,
So,
man. I'm ordering some food right now as we speak, man. But let me go ahead and pull Tufo up here, and then yeah, man. Hey, man. But stick around though, man. After you get your coffee, if you come back, I'm still on.
okay,
Yeah, I'm
for
gonna
sure,
let everybody pull up simultaneously.
God bless you,
All
bro.
right, God bless you too, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, chat. I'm trying to order me some food right now. But yeah, man. Shout out to my brother Irony. Go check him out on this channel as well, man. Dope channel right there. Shout out to my brother Rick Timms in the building. Yes, sir. I see you, my brother. Shout out to Smoochie said Juan Medina. Yeah, that's who he's fighting. Appreciate it. Rick Timms in the building, man. How you doing, brother, man. Stop dunking on them out there, man. You know what I'm talking about? Go easy on the youngins on the court, man. Showing them no veteran moves. You feel me? No, I was just joking. Keep killing them. Shout out to Everything by John. Said, what do you think of Ben Whitaker? What do I think Ben Whitaker's missing? I don't know if Ben Whitaker got heart. You know what I'm saying? When things got hot, John, you know, Liam Cameron, shout out to Liam Cameron, man. I'm not saying that sometimes, you know, that's why we like styles make fights, right? Because somebody could just have that style and make it rough for you. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean that Ben Whitaker's not a good fighter, but for me, just the way that he responded, I think that's more important than how he performed. You see what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's more important to buckle down and bite down and gut it out and get gritty. You see what I'm saying? Than it is to grab somebody and flip over the ropes and get a DQ. Sometimes you got to respond. That doesn't mean that you have to respond by knocking him out or make a spectacular victory, but get through it. You see what I'm saying? So you got to fight through it, bro. Now, him beating Liam Cameron, that was dope. But for me, and there's no disrespect to Ben Whitaker, but the rematch, the way he got him up out of it, it was stopped. To me, it looked more of like I was less impressed and more of like, oh, okay, you know, this was really just like the circumstances were made for you to shine and look good, you know? Sometimes, and that's why I think boxing is so dope, because it's not like other sports where if you have a bad game on Tuesday, you might bounce back, have a good game on Friday, where there's 82 games a season. Boxing, you have one shot. And sometimes that one shot, you may have the performance of your life. And sometimes you may fight shitty, and sometimes you may just have like an outer body experience where you could never perform like that again. So I think that Liam Cameron, it was just a combination of Ben Whitaker not taking him seriously the first time and Liam Cameron fighting better than he probably ever will again. Same with Charlie Suarez, right? That's why I think it was messed up that there was a bad decision for Emmanuel Navarrete, because Charlie, the King's Warrior Suarez from the Philippines, I'm not sure if he could perform like that again. And that performance that night was good enough to take the WBO belt from Navarrete at 130, but he didn't get it because of referee blunder and the judge's mistake and the doctors and everybody, right? So it's just like, and he might not even get another opportunity to even replicate that, because they're talking about Navarrete moving on and fighting the IBF champion Sugar Nunez. So it's just, with Ben Whitaker, I just don't feel like I thought Ezra Aranyeca? I thought that was going to be a good fight for him. But Ezra kind of disappointed me, you know what I'm saying? But so Ben Whitaker, I just feel like skillfully, I don't think he's missing anything. I don't think he's missing anything with power. I don't think he's missing anything with skill. I don't think he's missing anything with charisma. I don't think he's missing anything with really any of his boxing characteristics. Is just, I think he's missing the heart. It's like, that's why I rock with Abass Baraou so much, because nothing really jumps out at you from I don't know, like from like, you don't look at Abass Baraou, at least in my opinion, be like, oh yeah, man, he has the best jab, or he has the best uppercut, or he has the best power, or he has the best lateral movement, but he got heart. You know what I'm saying? And he has everything. You know what I'm saying? He might be a jack of all trades. He has everything, does everything well, and then he has a ton of heart. Sometimes that's more important. I think the one time that we got to have a peek into Ben Whitaker's heart, he disappointed me. So I'm not sold on him. So I got to see. I have more reason to believe if he's in a tough fight that he'll want out of it, then he's going to bite down. But I could be wrong. It's up to him to prove us. Let me pull up my brother 2-4 in the building. What up, folk? I think 2-4's on mute. He might be busy. Oh, no, there you go. My brother, what's good, man? Sorry about the wait, man. Appreciate you pulling up.
You good, but what's up? I was just about to dip, but I got a few minutes.
Okay.
What a man's tired.
Man, I don't know where Ty at, man. You know, I was talking to him earlier today, man. I don't know where you at, man.
It's the second time in a row.
Come on now. Come on now. Let me find out Ty out here ducking. Hey, you know, I don't know if you peeped the scoreboard, though. If you peep the scoreboard, we penalized for ducking now. All right, you don't show up, bro. Don't show. Come on now. And we give points for people that show up too now. So you definitely got some points. So remind me if I don't update it to update that, man. I don't remember if it's 2 times or 3 times though, but yeah, he definitely ducking the smoke, man.
Man, he
Yes,
already
sir.
got 2 gifts off me.
Yes, sir. That's a fact.
But damn, I was finna ask you something.
Yes, sir. I'll take your time, bro.
Oh yeah. All right. So you know how like when you rate an athlete, right? You look at the sport that they participate in and all of their attributes, right?
Yes, sir.
What attributes do you think Shakur possess?
Ooh. Ooh. I I think I think he has good IQ. I think I would say he has good athleticism too, as far as let me say reflexes. Let's say he has good reflexes. I say that he has good. I think he has good. It seems like people are pushing him around, but I think he is very good at controlling the distance. So I think he has good range manipulation. So I'll say that's kind of goes towards ring generalship. I think he has good speed, hand speed. I think he has. I'm not gonna say power, obviously, but I would say that he has like a. I would say less than Floyd, but similar to Floyd, where he has enough for you to respect it. Like you're not just gonna come in there all willy nilly, you know, recklessly. Like, so I would say, contrary to what people believe, I'm not gonna say he doesn't have power. He doesn't have KO power. He doesn't have power that scares you, but I think he has enough to keep you off him. So I would say that. I'm trying to think what else am I missing. I would say he has good. I would say good defense.
Okay.
And yeah, I would say that. I would say those five. What he's lacking for me is power, and I would say what he's lacking. I ain't gonna say lacking. I'm not sure. That's another one whose heart I'm not sure about.
Shakur?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not saying he doesn't have heart. I'm just.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm just not sure because I haven't seen it. You know, I did see him get rocked. He get clipped. I ain't gonna say rocked. He got clipped by Zepeda and he fought back and stood in the paint. He ain't falter, so I give him that. But you know, I just don't have a reason to necessarily believe that he'll if he's in a bad spot. I don't know what he would do, but I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and think that he will answer the call. But I don't know.
Okay.
What about you?
I was thinking, right? See, I think I only gave him like he got a great IQ, and he got the distance control. I'm looking at kind of iffy. He got good IQ reflexes and his punch selection.
Oh, I like that. I missed that. I like that.
But besides like speed, athleticism, all that, I don't feel like he got anything that'd be crazy enough to jump off the screen, right?
Okay.
Like and then with the distance control, I feel like it's not hard.
That's a good question too.
Like get out of the way of a punch jumping out of range or like scooting back. Right?
I agree with that.
But let's say somebody like that, Jahil Tucker and Truck Simpson fight, right? Why it's a small ass ring and you like real close to somebody and avoiding getting hit. I feel like that's a form of distance control.
I agree.
But yeah, because somebody was saying like he a master boxer and he the best at it, right? And then I was just feeling like Bivol is a master boxer, although he's bigger than Shakur. I thought he got more attributes to his style than the Shakur.
And the reason why I agree with that is because not just because you my dog, but I feel like with Bivol, it goes back to what you said about punch selection, which is good for Shakur. He has good punch selection, but he might be too judicious with his punches. Bivol gonna jump in and out of that range with his range manipulation. He gonna tap you up. Ask Canelo, you know, ask Beterbiev. That's why he was running some rounds because he gonna jump in, beep 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 beep, jump out. You know what I'm saying? And Shakur is more like when you get in, he might throw a punch to check you and then move back out of range. You know, Bivol will kind of sit on it a little bit, pause, and handle it. You know what I'm saying? And throw some punches. But Shakur, I would ask you this though. You don't think that is, even though he's jumping in and out, you don't think that's kind of a to me, I would attribute that to athleticism and speed. You don't think so?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
But I can see it because I just look at it like this, right? Like how I say it. All right, let's just say somebody doing like a lot of hooks and shit, right? But I'm just like
Like a cruise,
bending.
like a pit bull.
Yeah, but I'm just bending at the waist
Okay.
or whatever, right? Like that don't mean I got like great defense. It's just mean that like I'm good at ducking, like under a shot or some shit like that. I feel like
Okay.
defense
Okay.
got like a lot of it's just more the defense than getting out of the way of a punch.
I see what you said. Like he's making it so you can't hit him. So you could argue. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I see what you're saying. You're saying like he's putting himself in positions where he doesn't even need to react to anything. He's just making so you can't. He don't need to put up defense. His defense is not defending. But like a Floyd who sits in the paint and makes you miss and counters you, that's different. I see. No. Because I agree. I remember I got into it, but I had a discussion with somebody. I told him, I said, bro, I hate when people say that Floyd and Shakur's defense is the same. Floyd sits in the pocket. Go look at what he's doing with Oscar De La Hoya and Canelo. That's why it's so beautiful. Like he's sitting there making you miss, catching, slipping, countering, or whatever. Shakur is much more of a range manipulator. I agree with that. Now, I just the part that I would differ is that I do consider that defense, but I would say there's not active defense. I would say that. I see what you're saying. That's a good point. That's a good ass point, actually.
Yeah, it's I would say it's defense, but like if you already on the outside, right, or mid range,
right,
and then you jump out of range, like how is that defense if
right,
I'm not even in my punching range to make me miss?
Right, I agree. Because that goes back to what Jermaine Ortiz did. Was that really defense against Teofimo, or was it just evasiveness? So I think evasion could be part of defense, but it depends how it's implemented. So I think that's a great point. In my opinion, I don't mean we right now, but yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think that's a good ass point. And I would say the same thing. I would give it to defense, but I can see that there's definitely a distinction between being out of range and managing what's coming at you. There's a difference.
What Pat said, he said, I think Shakur is better than a pocket than Bivol. I'm not saying either one of them is better in a pocket. I'm saying overall, as a master boxer, Bivol got more attributes to his style.
Yeah.
To be considered the best master boxer.
Yeah. I mean, he had to show that. Like, I'm not saying that Shakur hasn't done that, but that's kind of not exactly what I was saying with the heart thing, but we seen Bivol. Okay, so Zepeda, right? Shout out to Pat, right? Zepeda, I think he did demonstrate that when he decided to stay in the pocket, did he have to? And shout out to him. That's kudos to him because he had multiple facets to his game, right? But Bivol, he had to sometimes. With Beterbiev, right? He had to stay like, and that might be nitpicking a bit, but I do think there's a distinction. If let's say, who fought Zepeda before Shakur? Was it Farmer? Farmer? Right. And what did he say about his punch? He said, he said the punches aren't really hard. And Shakur even echoed the same thing. It's not that they're really hard. It's just that, they keep tapping. You know what I'm saying? They keep tapping. It's a lot coming at you. And so if he's in a situation like that with a guy who has some weight on their punches, I don't know. Well, I like to see how things will play out.
Yeah, that's why I said I want to see him fight Duarte. I think he's still a win, but I think it'll be an interesting fight.
Oh, Duarte, yeah. That's a good point. I got Shakur, like you said, I got him winning too. Yeah. Like I said, the only person I think beat Shakur is Gervonta, and the only person I can see beating Gervonta is Shakur. So that's why I love that fight, but I just go with Gervonta. But yeah, that's interesting, man. That's interesting, bro.
And then like even with this Zepeda fight, right? I know Shakur got like a hand injury and shit, right? But in that Malik Zanah fight, Bill realized he wasn't just gonna be able to do that in and out shit, and he just like, I'm about to get your ass out of here and just like stay in the pocket and walk you down. Yep. So we know Bill can stay in the pocket and get somebody out of there.
Yep.
So I don't just think Shakur way better than Bill in the pocket. Pat, I think it could be similar, or they like both just great at it. But I also think Bivol got more.
I agree.
He got a higher output.
I mean,
what you saying?
No, my bad. I mean, go ahead, bro. My fault.
Also, I think Bivol got better and a higher output. And, he got better feet.
Yep, I agree with that. I think Bivol has the best feet. One of the best, if not the best.
We can see him like try to be slipping punches and shit like that, and he also got that high guard. So you see him like defense different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
What I was
You
gonna
got
say is I was just gonna add on. Sometimes I be getting excited, but I was gonna say that, well, like you said with Malik Zanat, I think that was a good example in both ways because he stopped Malik Zanat. I haven't seen. Once again, I'm not saying Shakur can't, and I'm not saying Malik Zanat was a great fighter, but he was an undefeated fighter. That means something, you know. It's not like he was coming in there to get folded up. He just got folded up. I'm not sure I could see Shakur doing that to somebody. So that doesn't mean it's good or bad. I'm just saying that is a testament to what you're saying as far as Dimitri Bivol has more, or at least he's shown us more. We've seen more from him. Let me say that. That's a good. I think that's a good point.
Pat, that's what I'm trying to say. Like if the Russians is known for that in and out style, right? He knew that wasn't gonna work with Malik Zanat, and then he stopped it and changed it up. And then like with Shakur, right? He said it himself. He realized that like at some point in that fight was a fight that he was gonna have to stand at bay. But when he did it, he didn't do it in a way that was different than any other fight that he ever had. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Like we've seen Shakur fight in the pocket before. That's not like something new. But he didn't show like, oh, he got that too to his game. But that's why I say it could play. Like his hands might be the reason that's like that. And I'm not saying Shakur not like a good fighter, Pat. I fuck with Shakur.
Right.
I don't think he the best. He the best master boxer.
Yeah, no, I think right now we split hairs. We comparing the best, man. So yeah.
Yeah. But
I don't know. That was good.
That was really what I wanted to see. Because when they was bringing it up, I was like, damn, I'm trying to see what all attributes do Shakur really got. I couldn't really come up with as many as I did with Biffle. I'm like, shit, I got to give it to Biffle.
I will say this, though. I think that, you know me, man. I would give it to Bivol off the fact that he was undisputed, off strength alone. But just breaking it down, like their characteristics and stuff like that. I think Bivol has shown us more. Yeah, I would rate Bivol higher, and I would when I'm thinking about the characteristics that they had, at least what they demonstrated in the ring. Yeah, I would go with Bivol as well. So yeah, there's no knock on Shakur. I mean, I would have Shakur on the pound for pound list too. So it's not that he's a bad fighter; just we comparing the best now.
I mean, I can look at it that way, but when I be trying to like look at styles, I'll take accomplishments out because I think Shakur is a better master boxer than Dev, but Dev was undisputed.
That's a good point. Yeah, when I'm looking at those are two different conversations, right? But if I'm ranking them, yeah, I take that. I weigh that. I would say I weigh that heavily.
Yeah, it would make sense on like who you used your style against, like what type of competition.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. But like Shakur, he has good personnel on there too. Oscar Valdez, Jamel Herring, what's it, Nakatalia, and Zapata.
I go Ty. And then another thing that I was thinking about, Shakur opponents, like outside of Jamel Herring, I don't think like he beat all of his opponents the worst. Like Oscar Valdez, Navarrete stopped.
Facts.
Who else he fought? Fucking other than Valdez and Jamel Herring, I don't really know. Shit. He fought De Los Santos. I mean, he won, but at least Ryo dropped his ass.
Come on now.
Like hurt him.
Yeah,
so
De Los Santos shit was trash.
Yeah.
I ain't giving him that.
Kind of not in the what's it called. He in the comments.
Oh, shout out to my brother Ty in the bill. That's why you said that. Okay, I wasn't looking at the comments. My fault. I did hear you say they're going to Ty, but I looked at the Discord. You talking about the comment. My fault. Shout out to Ty, man. My brother in the building. He said my 2B not working right now. Hey, no top rank fights for you, B. Your 2B ain't working. You ain't getting them top rank fights. Hey, when you see that Tufo? Gosh dang, they talking about on the Ariel Hawani interview with Devin Haney. They talk about Devin Hayes talking about he saw a Top Rank fighter on Tubi.
Yeah, I saw him. He kept laughing after he had said that he hope they do.
I don't blame him, man. I don't blame him for laughing, man. He independent. They try to shut my boy out, man. You know, yeah, man. Top Rank do a lot of shaky stuff, man. Now they out there. Had Nia anyway on Facebook Live. They got Michaela Mayer versus Mary Spencer tonight on freaking what they on? I don't even know what they on. Top Rank Classics, whatever that is. I guess it's YouTube. I don't know. It's just crazy. But shout out to my brother Al Booger. Al Booger said, man, Shakur over everybody. I'm not mad at that, bro. I'm not mad. I say, hey, I'll say this. I don't think there's, if Shakur is who you picking over everybody, that's a good pick, dog. Like, now if you come out here and tell me, you know, I don't know. I can't think of anybody ridiculous right now. But yeah, Shakur over everybody, I'm not mad at that. That's what he's demonstrated and showed, man. So he's definitely a beast. I'm just going with Tank.
Hey, I know how at the sparring, people be looking at like people body language and their faces and shit and pictures and shit.
Uh-huh.
What y'all think about that Shakur and Keyshawn picture?
Man, I saw that picture, but I ain't gonna lie. Keyshawn looked like he didn't want to be there. Shakur just looked.
So that's what I was thinking. I was like, let me find out Shakur just got down on his ass. I had to give him a little reminder. I'm still big, bro.
You feel me? You feel me, man? Shakur looking excited, bro. Like he just got some good work for real, man. Keyshawn looking like, man, you don't get this goddamn camera up my face. You know, pepping me up. You know, pepping me up, man. Yeah,
that's what I was trying to say.
Think Bivall's a better athlete. Bivall's more calculated. I see that.
Like at their styles, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like when you comparing boxers, sometimes it's almost like that in basketball where you compare point guards to forwards and shit. Like they do different shit in the ring. So comparing Shakur up to a power puncher or some shit like that, like it don't really make sense because they got different styles. But when you compare them to other like boxers and shit, then it's an even playing field.
Oh, what the? Come on, man.
Yo, Ty, what's the word, for? I thought you was ducking.
Hey, Ty, man. Hey, we had you ducking, bro. Had you ducking, bro. Bro, what is this, bro?
That was what? Let me look on the other phone real quick.
Country boxing? Well, I feel like I seen not this before, but I feel like I seen country box before. Yo, this man wildin', dog. Hey, man, you can still do it, dog. If you are the box, you can still do it.
Wilder next opponent?
Yeah, probably so. I just saw what you said. Okay, nah, you good, bro. Nah, you know you got that, man.
I didn't see the members, and I was like, oh, this is right here. They brought me up here. I was like, oh shit, let me mute up.
Nah, you good. I just responded to you. Yeah, anytime, bro. So you got that.
But I heard I was ducking.
Yeah, bro, you was out here ducking, bro. You done got my boy some points, man. You know what I'm saying? I got to look at the rules again. I don't think you lost any points, but I think Tufo definitely got some points. Let me pull up Thomas. Oh no, go ahead, get off first, and then pull up Thomas. My fault.
Oh no, I ain't know what time.
Oh yeah,
I thought we was going for nighttime.
Yeah.
Like we was for the other day.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, but I seen them live already, and I'm like, okay, let me jump up there. I think I had seen it like he's live for 23 minutes already.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I forgot.
I sent you a DM, and I'm like, wait, are we on the air?
I forgot, man. Then tonight we got the fight, man. We got the fight, man. So we might have to reschedule.
You coming back live for the fight?
Yes, sir. I'll be live for the fight. So if it's like we could probably work something out in there or something. I actually forgot, but I ain't gonna hold you. Top Rank Classics is a Roku channel. My boy, damn, bro. They got him on Roku. Hey, I got Roku now. I got the TV with the built-in Roku. You feel me?
Yep.
So go ahead and fire up that Roku, man.
I don't even see a lot of content creators talking about Top Rank being on Roku, but that was PBC.
Thank you, Tufo. That's what I've been saying, bro. That's all I've been saying. Imagine if it was PBC on Roku, or PBC was giving out not Oshiki, Stephen Fulton and Arizlandi Lara to put them on the top ranked card as their champions. Come on, bro. All I'm saying is where they at, man. Where they at, bro? Where the energy at, man?
I swear everybody been saying PBC the one that's going out of business.
Yeah. I guess Bob Arum and Top Rank, they want to die with him, I guess. They joined PBC to die with him, I guess. It's crazy, bro. Nonsense, man. Like I said, if you have some real legitimate suspicion or something to substantiate your claims, man, that's cool. But you have some real ammo for Top Rank. I ain't seen nobody bust a shot yet. You got nothing but ammo for Top Rank right now. Like I said, we hoping that Top Rank thrives though, man. We hope. I think they'll bounce back. I hope they bounce back. I think it's good. You know what I'm saying? Let me pull up Thomas, man. Mr. Thomas Hill in the building. Appreciate your patience, man. Pat says Floss versus Tiger. Yeah, that's gonna be not this weekend, but next weekend, I believe, on Pro Box.
Hey, did you just bring me up or have I been on, bro? If I've been on, I apologize.
No, you good. I just brought you up. You're good. I just brought you up.
Okay, I want you to I'm letting it be known. Shout out to all my people that's rocking in the chat, and shout out to my big brother Tufo and my big brother Ty Bodega and the prestigious Praise God Get Money. The good
Yo.
Shout out to Thomas, man. Mr. Thomas Hill.
Just know I know how to be quiet too, so you can always bring me up. I will chill.
Oh, you good, man. I appreciate it. Nah, you always on it, man. Don't change nothing up, man. So don't change nothing up, bro. Like I said, I wasn't a shot. It was just a situation that me and Ty already agreed upon earlier. That's all. I just said it out loud. That's all. I wasn't no shot at nobody.
Nah, I'm just messing with you, baby.
Oh, okay. I want to make sure. You know, I want to make sure. I want to make sure. Hey, give me a quick second before you go on your spill real quick, Mr. T Hill. Shout out to my brother Clone dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. Shout out to my brother Clone with the super chat, man. I appreciate you, bro. He said, so you stream whenever. I'm trying to get a schedule, man. Chill, man. Chill on me, man. He said, so you stream whenever. You want no schedule, no nothing. You got these good times. What's up, man? You on the run? Hey, man, I'm on the run, man. I'm ducking and hiding, bobbing and weaving. We gonna be on again later on tonight for the fight, good Lord willing, as long as the weather permits, and we can find the platform that it's on, whether it's Tubi, BOK Prime, Roku, or otherwise. We can be on later tonight, though. I'm trying to get a good schedule, man. But yeah, right now we just kind of freestyling a little bit. Kind of get on around the same time, though. If you notice, like around like 10:30, 11. But yeah, ideally I want to. That's not the time I want, but I'm just testing out different times. But go ahead, Thomas. Sorry about that, bro. Shout out to my brother Clone. What up, Juan?
I'm gonna be real. You can never apologize for your show, player. This is your format, dog. We just gracefully attend, dog. But shout out to freestyling, man. I shoot out. I mean, I shout out to the Charlie Clips, the A Wards, the Don, you know, the people that has been blessed with the wordplay so well that they can wing it on the fly, man. So sometimes, you know, being spontaneous is the best way to be, man. So hey, shout out to the pop-up, dog.
Yep. Facts. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Hey, I got those Chef Trez in there too. Chef Trez and DNA.
Yeah, Chef Trez, DNA, and there's one more. I forgot the other brother that's real nice with it, dog. But Ill Will nice.
Ill Will nice with it too. Yeah, rest in peace. Pat Stay was pretty good with the freestyling too. Rest in peace.
Pat Stay was real nice with it. Oh, and Sharon.
Sharon. Yep. Shout out to Sharon. Sharon and Chef Trez battle was nothing but rebuttals and freestyles. That was a good one.
But I will say this, man, because my man Pat Bandero, the great Pat Bandero, said when I get up there, I gotta say something. So I gotta say, these biscuits.
Biscuits, right? I'm so glad y'all like that, bro, because I be having a goofy side, man. That just be having me rolling, bro. When I first seen that joke, I said, oh yeah, I gotta incorporate this in the stream. This is back on when I was on Twitch, so a long time ago. That clip's so old.
Hey, my man was loving them biscuits, but hey, I don't know what you're talking about, bro, because I'm on the road tour as we speak. But
Oh, you good.
I'll listen and then I'll apply. I'll do my best to be tied up in this bad boy. And shout out to the birthday boy, man. I hope that birthday celebration was all that and then some.
Facts.
Oh, and I missed the game, bro. I missed the game.
The basketball game?
Get it? Oh, no, that's today. No, it was yesterday. The game, Katie. I'm talking about Tufo and Ty, right?
That game. Oh, the real game. Oh yeah, nah, they happy yet. We all dropping the
Top
ball.
and duck, and we ain't get to it yet.
Yeah. We didn't get to it. Man, my boy Top, you know what I'm saying? My boy been out there swimming with them ducks.
He ain't bringing no sand to the beach. That's all I know.
Hey nah. Hey, shout out to Al Booger. Hey, yeah, shame on me, bro. And Los too, King Los too. There's a couple out there now. He said Daylight though. He said I forgot to show love. I don't really care for Daylight, but you gotta show love to Daylight.
Area, dog. I can't believe I forgot about Daylight.
Yeah, Daylight. He is. I ain't gonna lie. It's just I recognize his prowess, but it's like I say he's like a Shakur to me. Like I recognize he's one of the best, but it's just not my style. You know what I'm saying? Not my cup of tea. I'm more of like an Av. I like Av, Briz Wallstein. I'm more those are like my, you know what I'm saying, more I say more aggressive, punchy type of style. I'm not really like a Daylight, King Los type of guy. A-Ward's all right, he funny. But yeah, I'm more of like an Av, Briz Wallstein.
I honestly believe A-Ward be having them pre-buttles, but you know it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him that.
I like what's the name too though. I don't really care for Goods either. I like Arsenal when he not dropping the ball. Sometimes he be trying to freestyle too much, and that ain't really his forte. But I rock with him too. But Big K straight too. Big K. Yeah.
What about Twerk?
Oh yeah, I rock with New Jersey Twerk. The only thing with Twerk be choking too much, man. But Twerk, hey, boy, Twerk. Oh, hey, I like Easy too. I know Easy. He done got knocked out. Shout out to my brother Ty. You know what I'm saying? He done got the pause put on him, but Easy be spitting too now. I rock with Easy the block captain and Twerk though. Twerk be going in. Twerk just be choking too much, man.
And speaking of choking, but it's fire, my main man, Chess, dog. I love me some Chess. And on that note, bro, I'm gonna tell you, if we keeping a real QP. I forgot about QP.
Hey,
not
Kitchen
QP from
Clean.
Detroit, but I rock with him.
Kitchen Clean.
Kitchen Clean. I love me some Kitchen Clean. But I was talking about quantum physics. Physics is real nice with the flow, with the rebuttals as well.
Rebuttals,
too.
yep. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Kitchen Clean, my guy. I like my man Ill Will Boy. What's his name? That be having the braids, but the braids be like afro and braids at the same time.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. Who you run with?
He run with Big Will. He from the Yak.
Oh, I know you talking about. I don't rock with him, man. You talking about Calico?
Nah, not Calico.
Oh, not Calico. Who you talking
big
about?
Dude.
The big dude from the Yak? From the Potty Yak?
Yeah,
I'm trying to think.
From Pontiac too. They all three of them from Pontiac, but him and Will really close though.
Okay.
And he was on the show, the battle rap show with them. What was they?
Oh no, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm trying to think. I probably know if you say his name. Oh, Clone Mac Myron. Yeah, Mac Myron. Shout out to Clone. Yeah, Mac Myron. Yeah, Mac Myron straight. Yeah, Mac Myron. I forgot about Mac Myron. Good shit. Yeah, Clone be on the battle rap too. Easy to block captain. I like Easy. Our Boogie got knocked up by Papoose. Papoose slept him.
Yeah, Papoose.
That's what they say, at least. That's what they say. That's what they snitching. That's what they
he
say.
gave him that quote unquote that Ostarine and that Nandrolone treatment.
Come on now. I'm talking about souped up. Bing, 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 bing. He had that power. Pat Bandera says I'm lost. Well, we talk about battle rap. My fault. Like some of this stuff. Okay, this is I'm gonna show you. I got a couple battle rap references. Here you go. This is him right here. That's Easy. So that's one reference. That's Easy battling Hitman. The guy saying bullshit is Easy the block captain. I have another one with Geechee Gotti.
Nigga, you's a bitch.
The guy that said use a bitch is Geechee Gotti. He was talking to Tay Rock in that clip. And I got one more battle reference too. Oh, the pocket watching, which is Av. Right.
Don't speak on how they pay you, because pocket watching us men shouldn't do, and that's just by nature. But thank you.
What's my boy's name right there you talking to? I can't remember his name. That's
I can't
Av.
see.
Yeah, that was Av battling My boy name. Damn, what's that boy name?
You say the pocket watching bar?
Oh, that's Big
Yeah.
Suge. Suge, Big Suge. Was it?
No, Charlie Clips got a pocket watching bar too. Don't
Yep. Charlie Clips does. Wait, you talking about Shotgun Suge? Nah, that wasn't Shotgun Suge.
That wasn't Shotgun Suge? You talking about pocket watching?
Not in the clip that I had. Nah. Yo, you talking about
Yeah,
pocket?
you
You talking
talking
about you talking pocket tapping? Where you be tapping the pockets? Yeah,
Oh,
Suge be doing it. Yeah.
don't want to send that man some money.
Yeah. Yeah, he be tapping the pockets. Yep. I can't remember big dude's name though, man. I can't remember. He good too though. Nah, not Big T. Not Big T. I can't remember the dude's name. He was. If you see the clip, you'll you know what I'm talking about. I just can't remember his name.
Man, I might have to back out of this bad boy and go to the thing so I can actually see the clip. But I know one thing, though. I know you ain't gave it to me, man. I don't know if it's because of you know, fair use and everything like that. But when you be giving it up to the ladies, it would be clean if you would give it up to Bass Bunny.
Oh, shout out to Bass Bunny, man. No, I went and looked. I went and looked though. I went and looked, but it was just the ones I had. It wasn't clean. But maybe I gotta look some more. But the ones I found that I thought were a good look.
Sent you one, player. I sent you one.
You sent me one. Where?
Man, I sent you. I put it in one of your links a long time ago. We were talking.
Oh,
about
like on the chat. Okay. I probably missed it. Okay. Yeah, I probably missed it. Marv 1. Shout out to my brother Clone. My brother Clone be on it, man. That's who it was. Marv 1. Thank you, Clone. My boy Clone be on it, bro.
Hey, when they battled Chess and Steams, by the way, I love me some Steams too. I love Steamo. That they boy, they did them dirty, dog. And I thought that Chess and Steams was gonna clean them, boy. Them boys, Marv 1 and Quest McCody, they did them dirty. But I know that we ain't come up here to talk battle rap, bro. So I'm gonna let y'all go back and I'll just fall in line.
Yes, sir. Now you good? What's the name? Close as Daylight was asses like, yeah, man. He be too hit and miss, man. Him and T Top and they just be. I don't really care for the hit and miss, man. You know, I gotta, especially the way they be taxing with it now. But yeah, man. So what was we talking about? I don't know. The PBC top rank stuff. Like I said, it's not much. You know, I want to be back on later on today too. So it's not much for us to cover, but I did like how Oscar De La Hoya called out. You know what I'm saying? I think it's disingenuous, but how he called out Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? But when I say it, you know, I'm hating, but you know, at least his promoter came out and said it. So
what'd he say?
He said, let me read it to you verbatim. So I'm not freestyling, you know what I'm saying? See what I did there? I'm not freestyling like the battle rappers. I want to tell you exactly what he said. Because when we say it, we hate him, you know. I'm gonna tell you exactly what he said. Oh, and shout out to the minimal weights, man, the straw weights, man. Melvin Jerusalem defended his title Wednesday. Pedro Tataran defended his title this weekend, and Pedro Tataran called out Oscar Collazo, the unified champion at minimal weight. So that's a good look to them. I forgot to mention that. But yeah, he said Ryan Garcia. He said, you know, the disrespect he's shown me to the sport. He's shown to the sport and to the fans is not of an elite athlete. He says it's not of a top athlete who really wants to become a legend in the sport. He also said it all started with the disrespect, you know. You have these young fighters who haven't won anything, who haven't done anything, who may be popular, but you know, they have followers, but that's in the non-boxing space. He said enough is enough. These fighters ain't do nothing. I'm a legend. You're right. Bro. Oscar is a legend, but we've been saying that, bro. You know what I'm saying? All Ryan Garcia did was lose and cheat and be racist. That's all he did. That's all he did.
I try to tell somebody that I'm like, a lot of Ryan fans are social media. These motherfuckers try to tell them social media run the world, and that's how he one of the biggest what's called. I'm like, no, I get what you're trying to say, but the casuals run boxing, and not everybody on social media is casual boxing fans.
Come on now.
But that's why they feel like all of them followers he got make him like a draw. But like that's all of them fans and followers. Well, not fans. All of those followers, it's not like showing in those gates or like pay-per-view numbers and shit.
You know what's crazy too? For all you gotta do is just say. I mean, they're not gonna know anyway because they casuals. But it was just, what happened when Ryan Garcia fought Oscar Duarte?
Man,
I ain't see nobody. So where the followers was then? But you see the followers when he's fighting Tank and when he's fighting Devin Haney, yeah, because he has another big name with him that are bigger names than him, and that's what he's eating off of. It's not him, man. He only had 2 big fights, and both of them, you know, it's like Canelo saying that he's a big star, and it's only proven with other big stars like Floyd or something like that. No, every single fight of his is big. Whether he's fighting Berlanga, whether he's fighting Skull, whether he's fighting Floyd, whether he's fighting Bivol, it's big because of Canelo. Just like Tank, whether Tank's fighting Ryan or he's fighting Lamont or he's fighting Frank or he's fighting, you know, some of them will be bigger, just like with Floyd. Some will be bigger if he's fighting Conor or Manny Pacquiao, but all his fights are big. Whether he's fighting Marquez or Maidana or, you know what I'm saying, Berto or Ortiz, it don't matter. It's still gonna be big because, you know, he has a following in the right place. Shout out to Ryan. He does have a personality, and ideally, you want to have both. You want to have a social media presence and a presence in boxing. But the one that's prioritized for Ryan is the social media, and it's not translating like you said. You know, the one, you know, he's still a boxer, and they ain't been popping like that. Not how they try to play it. Go ahead.
You just fought Devin Haney at the Barclays, right?
Yes, sir.
Ryan and Dev is a bigger name than Lamont Roach. Nobody wanted, I ain't gonna say nobody. A lot of people was complaining about that Roach shit, but Tank and Roach still set a higher gate. And I don't know about the pay-per-view numbers. They still had a higher gate than Ryan and Dev.
Right. And I will say this too, and not to correct you, but I'm gonna agree with you. I don't know anybody that wanted Roach. I mean, as much as I'm a Tank fan, I wouldn't say I wanted it. You know what I'm saying? That's not the fight that I was seeking. I was cool with it. Just like I'm sure you were cool with it, but yeah, I agree with that. I don't think anybody outside of Lamont Roach's camp wanted it.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So I'm with you on that.
And set a gate, break his own gate record.
Right. With a fight nobody wanted is dope. Yeah. I'm with you on that.
So Ryan with Dale should have, did numbers basically.
Come on now.
As long as there's a Shakur out there and a Devin Haney, the fights that people really want to see Tank in the ring with is going to always be those fights. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. People really didn't want to see him in the ring with Loma. Hell, Loma didn't want to see himself in the ring with Tank.
Talk to him.
You know what I'm saying? T.O. maybe because of the clownery and the buffoonery. Mm-hmm. But the dynamic is always going to be there when it's a Latin fighter versus a black fighter. I mean, that's just made for TV.
Good point.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being the case, respectfully, Ryan going to always do well when you pair him against somebody that's looking like one of us because, they want to see him whoop on one of us. And likewise,
Yep, black versus brown.
You got people that, yeah. And a lot of people get behind him because he is a good-looking dude. So,
yep.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to have that aspect of it as well. And he got charisma.
Yes, he does.
The only thing he lacks is discipline. That boy don't have no dang discipline.
Nope.
He got skill set, man. Unfortunately, he just don't have discipline.
Yep.
And, that stuff's starting to catch up to him, man, because after a while, you scale up. You don't have just raw ability over folks. Some of these people got abilities too.
Yep.
And they got the ability to change the fight with one course of the punch, as does he. But now they say hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. So, if he ain't working hard,
preach.
He ain't gonna be able to do nothing. But, he better continue to work on his blessedness and his favoredness so that he can get back in the ring and do what he got to do. Otherwise, he gonna be a memory. And I mean, I say that to everybody, bro, because, I'm coming from a generation where Mickey Fricky's fought because they had to. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get paid a lot of money like that, and only few people did. But you know what? They love the competition, too.
Oh, we lost you, bro. You probably got a phone call. But no, I agree with that, and I'm so glad he brought up Loma because y'all heard the news about Loma, right? Talk about coming out of retirement, right?
Yeah, I heard something about it, but I was just gonna say it's crazy. He just said that nobody wanted to see Tank and Loma fight, but just a year before that, right? Loma fought Dev, which was a good fight. Loma didn't get washed. Nobody was saying that he was old and he should retire.
Nope.
And right after that, the nigga fought Kambosos.
Kambosos and stopped him.
Rounds.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say. Kambosos, the same Kambosos that went 24 rounds with Dev, no knockdown, and then the same Kambosos that beat T.O. Nobody said he should retire. But the moment Tank sent this man a contract, it's he waited him out. He want to fight the old version of Loma. Like the nigga coming off one of his best performances.
Come on now.
I could see if he went life and death with Kambosos and like got a split decision win,
Come on now.
and then Tank send him a contract. Then they'd be like, oh yeah.
Yep. I think with the Loma, I don't know if it's gonna be real, you know. And I will be honest too. I'm not the biggest. I like Loma. Loma is one of those fighters. Not even. I wouldn't even just limit it to fighting. He's one of those celebrities or popular folks that his fan base makes him unlike a little bit harder to like. I wouldn't say unlikable because he's a likable guy, you know what I'm saying? Same with Virgil Ortiz. Yeah. But just the way that, you know, people told him around and stuff. But so I said to say that I'm not mad at him not fighting Tank. But I just know that we seen people get more. Bro, people were saying that Lennox Lewis was ducking a Vitali rematch. Like people just say all types of craziness, but when certain fighters do stuff that's worse, they don't keep the same energy. That's the only thing, is just a lack of consistency. But if he doesn't want to fight, that's cool. But if you gonna come back and fight, I'm gonna need people to be on this head top. I don't care if it's an exhibition or not with Manny Pacquiao. You still coming back to fight. Sit your ass down. Your back hurt, right? Your neck and your back.
Man.
Yeah, you better not be fighting Pacquiao. I ain't gonna lie. You better not be fighting Pacquiao. I might boycott that.
Nobody gonna have a problem with
nobody,
it,
bro. Nobody, bro.
Crazy thing about it. That's why when I was saying that like Tank was trying to fight Loma, and then he was getting like backlash from it and shit. I'm like, what the hell? Like boxing fans will never be grateful.
Yeah. Shout out to Al Booger. Al Booger said he did wait out Loma. Shout out to you, bro. I'm not mad at that assessment. He said he did wait out Loma 1,000%, despite him putting hands on George. He said, do y'all think the black community gets as amped up for Mexican Latino fighters as Latino fans get when their guy fights a black American fighter? I don't think so. What do you think? I don't think so. What y'all think? Shout out to Oster.
Wait, what?
I'm gonna read it again. Let me check out Oster. I've been missing some Oster messages. My fault, Oster. He says, I swear I feel the same way with that pick. Yeah, with the I'm assuming you're talking about Keyshawn and Shakur. He said, do it now on the fly. Let's go. Nobody is ducking. They both here now. He said, PBC is out of here. Give it a year or two. Bro, we've been giving PBC a year or two to die for the last 10 years, bro. Come on, man. We gotta give it up. Bro. I'm not saying it can't die, but we can't be wrong all the time and then if we happen to be right. Yeah, most businesses do eventually fail. So if it eventually goes out, the people that have been saying it, they've been wrong for 10 years, 20 years, they're going to be old and gray and say, see, I told you BBC was going out of business, bro. Stop it. We need an accurate prediction. I need a date, at least a time span. Give me 6 months to where they're going to die. Then I'll be like, I bet you was right. But Al Booger said, twofold. He said, do y'all think the black community, specifically the black American community, I think he's talking about, right, gets as amped up for a Mexican or Latin American fighter as a Latino community and fans get when their guy is fighting a black American fighter? So basically he said, do brown folks, do you think do black folks get as hyped when their fighter beats a brown fighter as brown fighters get when brown fans get when their fighter beats a black fighter?
I really feel like it depends on who.
It depends.
Yeah. Like let's just say like when Shakur beats Zepeda, everybody like it is a good win. But like let's just say if Zepeda was like on an Oscar De La Hoya level, like he probably got the same credit as like a Floyd beating Oscar De La Hoya. Like everybody.
I see what you're saying.
It really just depends.
See, I don't know, man, because the reason why I say no is because I see what you said. I think that if Zepeda would have beat Shakur, they would have been talking about him being the next face of boxing.
Yeah, but then you gotta look at it like Shakur accomplishments against the other way around.
Okay.
So like if Zepeda has Shakur accomplishments, and then like let's just say Shakur was like a prospect or a contender, and then we're probably like, yeah, this nigga just beat a 3-division champion. Whoa. Yeah.
I don't think so. You think so?
Yeah, if Zepeda would have won, like Mexicans would have gave him like the credit for it and shit like that. What are his Hispanics? And then the opposite way around, like everybody saying it's a good win for Shakur, but it's like as far as accomplishments go for Zepeda, like it wasn't too much hype around it besides like the style matchup. Basically, it wasn't like a big legacy versus legacy fight.
Sue Surf was Oscar. Oh, so you got to hit the live button. You behind. Yeah, Sue Surf is straight. I don't really care for Sue Surf style. Shout out to Ramon. He said we spoiled. Yeah, we're spoiled. Blacks is dominant in all sports. They participate in numbers. Yeah, so that's why we get kind of desensitized to greatness. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why I disagree. Maybe we're saying different things too, folks. Because maybe I think you're looking at the question more accurate than I am. I think I guess I'm looking at it from a media perspective. And not just a community. So maybe I interpreted it wrong. But I want to give you an example, right? I don't know if y'all watch basketball, but Austin Reeves, right? Shout out to Ramon for saying that, right? Austin Reeves just had a great game. He's on like a phenomenal 4-game streak, right? And people are making it seem like he's the MVP. It's like, bro, even if he had 4 great games, these are 4 great games out of 82. You know, because so Kenny the Jet Smith made a comment and said that, oh, this is like Lynn's sanity. Because remember, Jeremy Lin went on a streak when he was active, right? And people got mad at him, said, oh no, he's acting like AR's just now new to this. AR's been a star. Bitch, no, he hasn't. AR's not he hasn't been an all-star. He hasn't been an MVP caliber player. He hasn't won, you know what I'm saying? Like, what has he done besides the streak? Jeremy Lin also did a streak. So he hasn't even if you want to say that he's capable of doing this, that's a different statement, but he hasn't even had the opportunity because he's been behind LeBron and Anthony Davis, and now he's behind LeBron and Luka Doncic. So he hasn't even had the opportunity to show us that he could do this. But because he's doing it, and I rock with him, but he's a white American, right? Shout out to our white brother and sister. But because he's doing it and we don't expect him to do it, which is what Ramon's talking about, he's going to get more love than, let's say, somebody that's doing it that we expect, like an Anthony Edwards or so, I don't know, like anybody else, or like a Jaylen Brown. You feel me? What's Austin Reeves doing that's different than what Jaylen Brown's been doing? And he's not the star. Jason Tatum's a star, right? He's the bigger star.
I think with that, right? It's like our community, right? We got so many people to go to as to where like the other communities, like when they finally get somebody like that, they want to hold on to them and embrace them.
I agree.
To where like our community, we got like several of them to pick from.
Yep, and that's what Ramon is saying. Like we were usually so dominant, but I do think so. Once again, I think that he deserves to be praised, but let's not act like he's Kobe. Rest in peace, Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Like they act like he Kobe. Like, bro, it's been 4 games. You know, that's dope. But we seen Russell Westbrook average a triple-double for a whole season. You know what I'm saying? And people still call him overrated and trash and all this other nonsense, right? Call him Westbrook and disrespectful stuff like that. Can you let John Stockton do average a triple-double? I don't care if they winning or losing. That's going to be phenomenal. You see what I'm saying? And I think it is what you're saying, but I think it's also important to say to acknowledge what Ramon is saying as well too. Like we should. That's why numbers lie. Was it men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie, right? This is a case where numbers should be prioritized, and we should look at like, okay, bet Jeremy Lin did do a similar streak. It's not disrespectful to AR calling him Jeremy Lin. Shit, it might be disrespectful to Jeremy Lin because Jeremy Lin was doing it longer. But I think that's what we need to, even if we do get excited, we get that, okay, bet, this has been done before. Look what Giannis is doing, but because Giannis has been doing it, it gets like, it's like we are accustomed to it and we don't even talk about it. So, but yeah, so I think that kind of goes back to that's the angle I was looking at it to address Al Booger's question is that, or statement. Is like, I think even if it was the roles were reversed, like you said, if Zapata was an accomplished win like Shakur, I still don't think that would have boosted Shakur's stock that much. Like, for example, like with Terrence Crawford, right? Let's say the roles were reversed. Oh, man. Canelo would be the greatest. If a smaller non-black guy was coming up 2 or 3 weight classes, oh, that'd be the greatest automatically. It wouldn't even be a debate. Floyd who? Sugar Ray Leonard who? Roberto Duran who? Or whoever, you know what I'm saying? Especially, well, I guess for the sake of this argument, I should stick with the black fighters. But yeah, it'll be who? Muhammad Ali who? What? Man, you mess around, let Nick Ball mess around and I know he's English, so it doesn't really count, but let's say but dog, I rock with Caleb Plant, one of my favorite fighters. Let Caleb Plant move up to light heavyweight and smoke on gosh dang David Morrell or Dave Benavidez. Well, he already lost to Dave Benavidez, so I guess it's a bad example. But you get what I'm saying? Let him go up to cruiserweight and light heavyweight and boy, shit. That's our best.
And before I forget, Al Booger on that Tank and Loma situation. How did Tank age Loma out?
Yeah, I'll be right back. Let me get my food. Hold it down, please. My bad.
It was a point of time where Loma was the A side and he never sent the contract. At least when Tank was the A side, he sent the contract. Then we can't say he aged him out if his age didn't look like it was a factor in the fight. Loma didn't look like he was getting old to me.
And yo, y'all there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yes, sir. I'm about to slide anyway and eat my food, but I want to say this too. And shout out to Al Booger. I think that it's partially our fault too, right? Because it's like almost a crab in the bucket mentality. We don't really get excited. And it's kind of what Tufo was saying and what Ramon is saying mostly. I mean, it's like I made a video about this too, right? It's like you don't see Irish boxing pundits or experts coming out and shitting on Katie Taylor, bro. You know what I'm saying? And if you do, I'm not saying they don't exist, but they're not at the highest level sitting on the ring, inside the Ring magazine. If you notice, Max Kellerman, who's American, Mike Coppinger, who's American. Mike Coppinger just said that Fabio Worthy is better than Deontay Wilder. Fabio Worthy is not even a title holder. Once again, he's shitting on another American accomplished fighter, right? You don't see, look, bro, somebody just told me when I was talking about Clarissa Shields and how, whether you like her or not, that's cool, whatever. But you can't take away her accomplishments. She's undisputed, and she had the Olympics. This motherfucker told me because she don't like Clarissa Shields. She said, nobody care about Clarissa Shields. You talk about some things that she did in the amateurs. Nobody cares about the Olympics. You just shit on the Olympics? She's the last one to do it, right? She did it twice. That don't mean nothing? And you already know they look there for the black community, right? I'm not saying that you have to like everything just because it's black, you're black, or just because it's brown and you're brown, or it's white and you're white. But have some sense of pride and truth. Like, I guarantee she never accomplished. If you can shit on the Olympics, bro, you never accomplished nothing. You don't see like Ukrainian writers coming out and diminishing what Usyk is doing. You don't see Japanese writers coming out and diminish at the highest level, coming out and diminishing what Naoya Inoue is doing it. But it's always American. It's like they're trying to prove themselves, or I don't know what it is, but it's like, how can you? I'm not saying Fabio Worthy, like my brother Tufo. He the one that's he said it first, right? He highlighted the stylistic similarities between Fabio Worthy and Deontay Wilder as far as what they want to do. Yeah, of course we acknowledge that, right? But he didn't say, oh yeah, man, he's better than Deontay Wilder, and what he's doing is better than Deontay Wilder. How can you say that Fabio Worthy beating Joseph Parker is better than what Deontay Wilder has done? And you only say Joseph Parker is good because he beat an old Deontay Wilder, who you're now saying is bad anyway. Why do you get credit for being a bad Deontay Wilder if he's so bad? Deontay Wilder beat Bermain Stavern. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Haitian sensation. You know what I'm saying? He beat Louis King Kong Ortiz, the Cuban guy who's considered one of the top four back then when it was AJ, Deontay Wilder, who was it? Tyson Fury and Louis Ortiz. Fabio Worthy doesn't have a win like that. Joseph Parker's streak was fraudulent as hell. He beat an old Deontay Wilder, who Zhang made do the spin and Rooney like Booker T. Let me stop saying that. But he beat an old watch Deontay Wilder. He got a majority decision win over an old Big Bang China Zhele Zhang. He got dropped twice in the process, barely won that, and then he beat Piccoli on a 24-hour notice. But then the same people will say that Shakur beating Joshua Padley. They'll say, oh, he's an electrician, and it was a short notice. Josh Padley had a longer notice than Piccoli did. These are facts. But we applaud Joseph Parker. So it's kind of our fault too, Al Booger. It's like we don't celebrate ourselves or each other enough, you know, and other communities and nationalities, they seem to do so. You know what I'm saying? They see, like I said, I'm not saying everybody likes everybody. Like, I'm not saying all Mexicans like all Mexicans or all English like all English. And I'm not saying that all Americans should like all Americans. But if you are talking about the sport, you should be more aware of at the top of the topic at hand. How can you say Fabio Worthy? Fabio Worthy is the interim title holder, and he's good, but who has he beat? Joseph Parker, right? Shout out to Joseph Parker, but that was a fraudulent run, you know. And Joseph Parker is only considered good after he lost to Anthony Joshua, after he lost to Dillian White, after he got knocked out by Joe Joyce. He's only considered good because he beat old Deontay Wilder, who you've just been spending your entire career telling me how bad he is. It's funny, like
you know what's funny?
What's
like,
that?
I feel like fighters be doing that shit too, where they be like down on their opponents and
Yep.
shit.
Yep.
So, like all of the shit that Dev was talking
I was just about to say that.
Brian Norman.
Yep. Yep.
The dude asked him, so why do you think he's the best?
Yep.
Like Dev froze. And
Yep.
I'm like, that's why motherfuckers need to stop doing that shit.
Yes. I was thinking that when I was watching.
How do you want us to credit you, but like you yourself think that like, oh, he ass, he a bum, all he got is power.
Come on now.
So like we supposed to give you credit for being a bum.
Come on now. That's a fact.
But I'm gonna catch you later, Doc.
And then, in addition to that, to compound that, right? Imagine, and you know, Cinnamon my favorite fighter, bro. But what you gonna say when you lose? Now you done lost to a guy who ain't beat no elite fighters. How you lost to him?
Man.
And he was smaller. How you lost to him?
Man.
You feel me? So that's why I think that, you know, and shout out to Devin Haney. Part of it is to talk trash about your opponent. I get it too, and a lot of them do it. You know, Tank does it too, and we see obviously Canelo does it. But I thought that was a good question by Ariel, and that's why I like that interview, because shout out to my brother Ty. We were talking about it. I like the way his interview style. Like, he's not rude, he's not overly aggressive or disrespectful. He just asks real questions. You know what I'm saying? And he asks it in a way that shows curiosity. Like, I ain't feel like he was trying to make Devin look silly. He was just literally asking, like, you know what I'm saying?
No, he was rude to that one girl, that in-ring after interview, that post-fight interview.
Which one?
I thought you lost. I thought you lost. It was on that Jake Paul card. He told he like, I thought you lost. Like, what do you think? And like,
I thought you lost. Hey, yo.
Yeah.
That's funny as hell. I see you, Al Booger. Yo, shout out to Al Booger, man. I appreciate that, man, with the gifted memberships coming through. Like Oprah with the gifted memberships, man. I appreciate you.
1, 2, 3.
And that's a shout out to, I appreciate that too, folks, trying to help us. Shout out to you. Ramon said they stick together when it's against other lineages, right? He said Deontay Wilder had great right hoppers mad for a decade. That's the thing, like I said, man, I love boxing. I see beyond that, but at the same time too, I don't think there's anything wrong with having pride in who you are. You should always be, it's encouraged, right? But it's when you have a superiority complex, or you feel like people that aren't like you are inferior. That's when it's a problem. It's problematic. And a lot of times people conflate the two ideas. Like, you could be proud. I'm proud of who I am. I don't think I'm better than somebody because of what I am. You see what I'm saying? I might be better than you because I like my attitude, how I handle myself, and I'm kind or something like that. Maybe you're an asshole, you're a bigoted bitch, you know, something like, or like you racist, like, you know what I'm saying? You maybe because you do something despicable with your character makes somebody else better than you. But just I'm not innately better than you, or you're not innately better than me. It's just we're all equal in that regards. But I agree with you, Ramon, is that we're probably the most fragmented as a people. When I say that, I'm talking about Americans. I'm not just saying just black Americans or white Americans. I'm saying Americans, period. It goes back to what I'm saying with Mike Coppinger and Max Kellerman. They so openly and constantly like diminish the accomplishment. Like, bro, the man said Terrence Crawford ain't beat nobody, and it's just a money grab. And then when he beats Canelo, Canelo's washed. Come on, bro. Come on, dog.
But I'm about to slide Doc.
All right, my brother. I appreciate you, man. Yes, sir.
All right. And then, yeah, I was gonna say another funny thing about that Canelo shit. That man told Terrence Crawford he hoped his uncle gave him a lot of money because it's gonna be his last payday. That shit backfired like a motherfucker.
Come on now. Come on now.
Now he gotta work his way back up.
Yep.
But all right.
Yes, sir. Exactly. Be proud. Don't be a supremacist. Come on, Al Booger. I love who I am. Why don't you? You should. But I don't mean. But yeah, I just always find that interesting and problematic that, like I said, I don't live in Ukraine. I don't live in Ireland. So it's unfair for me to say that there's nobody out there that say, oh, what Katie Taylor's doing is nothing and she needs to move down and all that stuff. But I just can't imagine that. Just because I can't imagine it don't mean it's not true. Like I said, I'm just saying that from where I'm at in my position. But I do see a lot more. Like, tell me, man. Tell me how many content creators whether you talk about the lowest content creator, the highest boxing expert, at the highest level on the biggest platform on the zone or something, tell me when you see these guys, even if they are wrong, they're going to go with the person that they share a nationality with, bro. Or they don't say nothing. These guys will diminish. Go ahead, Ty. I can't hear Ty come in. Please, I want to eat anyway.
I just turned the mic on.
Oh.
But I was going to just say, that's pretty much all of them. They're going to rock with whoever they actually identify with.
Come on now.
All major parts of
Yo.
Yes, sir.
they don't play.
I thought I went out for a second. My bad for interjecting like that.
No, you're good, bro. Nah, please talk, because I'm eating. So I appreciate it.
I'm sitting here having like 4 different conversations. The rain was fucking me up. But I got into it with a small content creator.
Oh,
that's on another platform. And he's going crazy on the Norman and Haney situation. And he brought up something that we already discussed here, as far as Cotto getting it back in blood.
Oh, here we go.
He's one of those people that didn't know Cotto actually did try to take legal action. Did they let him go through with it? No, they said he ain't have no credible evidence.
Come on now. But Ty, may I ask you something, bro?
Yeah.
How do you think that he knows that Margarito wasn't proven as a cheat in that fight?
No, I just showed that to him.
Exactly. That's my point right there. See, people will go so hard on a lie. It's crazy, bro. People don't think that Devin Haney wanted the rematch, and they think he only wanted to sue because that's what they want to believe. People believe that Miguel Cotto wanted the rematch immediately because that's what they want to believe. Margarito, I think he cheated. I'm sure Ty thinks he cheated. I'm sure most people think he cheated. But I want to emphasize that we think he cheated. It was never proven that he cheated against Cotto, which is why that victory stays the same to this day. Like my boy Wilder said, to this day, Cotto has a loss to Margarito. To this day, Margarito never got caught cheating Miguel Cotto. To this day, Margarito got caught cheating Sugar Shane Mosley by the late, great Nazim Richardson. That's when he got caught cheating. And then we use that to say, oh, well, then he was probably most likely cheating Miguel Cotto also. That added to our belief that he cheated Cotto. It was never proven that he cheated Cotto. That's just a fact.
Even with that, his punishment was retroactive because when they did find the plaster or the substance that they was using to solidify his raps, they didn't know how to handle the situation.
Facts.
Which is the reason why they allowed that man to re-wrap up and get in the ring.
Facts. Which I bet that he wished they would have stopped him from fighting because it would have won the guy's ass whooped. Sugar Shane went off.
And then he got suspended.
Facts.
But somehow your boy Robert Garcia, he almost escaped that situation unscathed. Hit different when you the rap man. Just saying.
Yep. I think he cheated too, but don't get me wrong. And Miguel Cotto is one of my favorite fighters, but I'm just saying that nobody thinks, and that's, I was mad at Devin, I'm gonna be honest. I know he's doing his PR and stuff like that, but I'm glad Ariel Helwani said this. I wish Devin would have said this. Is why I was mad at Devin. Ariel Helwani said, hey, he said, by the way, I wish you would have sued him. He said, I was rooting for you to sue him. I wish Devin Haney would stand on it, bro. You are not wrong for suing this goofball. You're supposed to sue him. I know people, the general public, they put pressure on you, make you feel like you're wrong. No, bro. Miguel Cotto tried to take him to court too. Devin Haney's not the first person to do that, and he got cheated. That's not boxing. That's cheating. That you cheating makes it no longer boxing. You agreed to go in there on an even playing field with no external sources, especially those that come in the form of performance enhancing drugs. Like that makes it suable. That's like a breach of contract. Every breach of contract is a suable offense, legally speaking. He had every right to sue. It had nothing to do with being a coward. He didn't say, I'm going to sue him and not fight him. I'm suing him to get it back. No, he said, I'm suing him to get him for every penny that he cost me. Like Devin Haney said in that interview, he lost sponsorships. He lost opportunities that he would have had, all because somebody cheated him. Has nothing to do with how many times he was knocked down, which is another lie. People think that he got knocked out, which is another lie that's convenient for whatever story you're trying to kick. Was the guy that Ty's talking about, he probably thinks that Devin Haney got knocked out too with his stupid ass. He never got knocked out. That fight went to decision. That fight that didn't happen, by the way, because that's what a no contest means. It means it didn't exist.
Once I gave him the correct information, he tried to take a different angle.
Of course.
He was saying he didn't like how Devin Haney went on his campaign publicly trying to shame Ryan Garcia, even though he was already punished. I'm sitting here like, if you feel as though you didn't get your just due, why would you just sit there and lay silent?
Come on, man. They want Clarissa to be silent too, right?
Because there's two things with that. Even with the dropping of the lawsuit now, it's for a reason.
That's true.
They
To
can't
get
have
the
a
fight.
rematch with you in litigation with that guy.
That's true.
But I lost myself for a second. Because this man is just, he's sending me messages on IG. He tweaking.
Shout out to Ramon. He said Devin Haney's team supposed to tell him to sue. Come on.
Yeah. He didn't even know about Amir Khan's situation.
Come on now.
But this is the guy that's on here. I'll give him a little bit of leeway. He's a new content creator. But it seemed like he's not well informed. He didn't research anything, and he's just shooting off the hip.
Yep. It's so funny. Before you got in the stream, I was telling that. I was telling. We were talking about that in the chat. I was like, "Yo, sometimes I feel like I'm doing too much. I should just come up here and wing it." But I said that's just me. I expect more of myself. But this guy that you're talking about is an example of what we were talking about at the very beginning of the stream. Yeah, bro. You could just get on the just turn on your camera and just say whatever, bro. There's no accountability. There's no criteria that has to be met. No qualifications. Nothing. You can just say whatever.
Then the comparison they made with Cotto and Devin, what they did were very similar. You're sitting here saying Devin shouldn't have went on every media platform and sat here and plead his case, but Cotto was on with Stephen A.
Yep.
He was on every other. He was bouncing back from ESPN to Fox and lower fucking platforms. My boy was on Yahoo Sports. He was on Telemundo. He did not want to fight this man. He wanted him banned from boxing.
Yes, banned from boxing as a whole. Not banned from American boxing. Not banned from Mexican boxing. And that's the thing. We're saying this not because, well, I can't speak for Ty. I think, and correct me if I'm wrong. I speak for myself. I'm for it. I support Cotto's still one of my favorite fighters. I'm just making sure there's not revisionist history, and they use Cotto as they plant their flag on Cotto and make it seem like, oh, Devin Haney's a pussy because Cotto handled it like this. And that is not how Cotto handled it. I'm not here to shame Miguel Cotto. I'm telling you, he's one of my favorite fighters, bro. And I think he did the right thing. He shouldn't want, hell, I'm a boxing fan. I'm not even a boxer. I don't want a cheater in there. Why do you? It don't matter who cheat, whether it's Margarito, Jarrell Big Baby Miller, Conor Ben, Ryan Garcia, Juan Francisco Rodriguez Jr., Julio Cesar Martinez. It don't matter who. If they cheat, they should not be in boxing. Now, if they go to court like Cinnamon, who's also my favorite fighter, it's cool. Because now you took it to court and you stood on your ground. Doesn't mean that it wasn't in the system, but it means that it wasn't intentional. And I believe that accidents do happen. But when it's an accident and you don't believe yourself to the point where you want to go through the formal process to prove your innocence, then I think it's not an accident. It's a lie. That's what I think it is. I think it's a mistruth, and then I think it's a lie, and I think that you're just trying to get away with something, and you're manipulating the public. So that's what I think happened with Ryan Garcia, you know. So and Margarito as well, and eventually got what he was supposed to get, man. You know, Mosley did it, and then Cotto got the win back after Mosley beat him, after Pacquiao beat him, and then Cotto got his win back. And I think the same thing's gonna happen with Ryan Garcia. Well, the same thing kind of happened, it just wasn't at the hands of Devin Haney yet. But you know, Ryan Garcia, they tried to prop him in a position to get a cheap a win, and he lost. Shout out to Rolly.
Yeah, I might send you a screenshot.
Thank you, bro. I'll check it out.
It's handicapped motherfucker.
Shout out to Ramon.
Oh, shit, I thought I muted.
Nah, we heard that, bro. shout out to Ramon. Dr. Box, you have incredible content, man. Thank you so much, bro. I try my best, bro. My credibility is my name, bro. I don't know if you ever watched I don't know if you had to read Salem Witch Project or Salem Witch Trials as a jit, where John Proctor's like, give me my name. It's my name, bro. You got to be credible, bro. I don't think that, like I said, if you like Ryan Garcia, that's cool, but let's not bend the rules and change the rules, bro. The man cheated. It is what it is, bro. Don't make it seem like Devin Haney's doing something wrong when he's the one that's really the victim. And I don't want to say victim like he's a punk or nothing like that. I'm just saying he was victimized in this situation. Well, you like Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. If you like boxing, then you don't want cheaters in the sport. Marion Jones was shamed when she cheated. Michael Johnson was shamed when he cheated. Lance Armstrong was shamed when he cheated. That's how it goes, man. Shout out to my boy George, the last Dragonborn in the building. Shout out to SPL. What do I think about May versus Pac 2? This is what I think about it. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm not as mad about it as I thought I would be. I don't mind it, man. If they're gonna be fighting, why would I be mad about two old dudes fighting each other? You know what I'm saying? I think it's whack, but I think it's more. This might be controversial. People might disagree, but I think it's more whack for Pacquiao to come back and get a shot at Barrios without being in the rankings. Yeah, I understand he's a legend; he deserves it, you know, for what he did for the sport. But I think that's worse, you know. And then him talk about fighting the WBA champion after having a failed attempt of getting the WBC Mario Barrios belt. He wants to go and get Rolly Romero's WBA belt. I feel like that's more of a disrespect to the guys and the girls that are working their way up the rankings through merit and performances, right? So I actually don't really have a problem with Floyd and Manny Pacquiao fighting. Am I like super interested in it? Nah, it's two old heads going at it, but I don't have a problem with it, to be honest. I don't have a problem. What about you, SPR? SPL, excuse me.
I sent you the receipts.
All right, I bet. Oh, you you wrong. I just heard your all right. Now looking at his face and hearing your comment when you thought you was muted, that's crazy.
I didn't mean to violate like that.
Nah, fuck him. That's crazy.
I mean, he do like Norman though.
Of course. When people say
These little events that they used to send the kids to. You ever see the little Special Olympics events where they play the little sports games?
Yes, sir.
I think I recognize them.
That's I'm about to get off, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, you know, show he could outmaneuver Brian, but Brian will have to show he can outthink Devin. Exactly. That's the thing, though. Like you said, he's a Brian. I'm a Brian Norman fan, but I'm still gonna look at it. I don't have to disrespect Devin or you know what I'm saying. Like I pick a Brian Norman. I think he's how could I say? I think he's like it's just a good timing for him, man. Everything gonna come together. But I could be wrong. I think Devin Haney, like you said, everything you said, he gonna have to earn this one against Devin Haney, and Devin Haney gonna have to earn this one against Brian. No matter how easy or bad, or no matter how easy or difficult it looks, I got to give credit to the winner, bro. I give credit to both of them, both combatants, because this is a good fight on both sides.
Yeah. I was in there in tears laughing. The man said Devin got knocked out,
of course,
bounced off the mat, and started fighting again.
Start fighting, bro. People make stuff up, man. They convince themselves. All you have to, what's crazy? There's no excuse to have what transpired in Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia wrong. There's video evidence, bro. Go look it up, bro. Go watch it, bro. It's not like it's like in the archives from like 1926 or something like that. That's how lazy people are, bro. They say crazy work, bro. It's lazy work, bro.
I don't think they lazy. They just seen something else. Obviously, it wasn't watching the same fight we saw.
I guess so. Maybe you're right.
He said the man got knocked out, bounced off the mat, and started rubbling again.
Mm-mm-mm.
But he did thank me for giving him the Kodo information because he clearly didn't know.
That's what's up. See, and I respect that. But why talk on shit you don't know? That's my problem. But at least you gotta give him some points for at least acknowledging where he messed up. Dr. Ramon, he said whoever wins deserves the credit. Yep. SPL says it's a money grab for both of them, but I can't blame them. Yeah, I think it's a money grab, but like I said, if Shaq would come out of retirement and had a 1v1 game against Michael Jordan, who could be mad at that, bro? But shame on you if you compare that to what a product of what the NBA is. You see what I'm saying? So at some point, it's like we have to recognize what we're comparing it to. Is it really that bad? Floyd and Manny Pacquiao want to fight each other? I don't think it's a problem. But now if we give Shaq a roster spot on the Lakers over DeAndre Ayton out of love for Shaq, then that's when it's like, okay, but now you're taking away opportunities from guys that are probably more deserving at this current moment. And that's what Manny Pacquiao did. Manny Pacquiao took away a shot for somebody at the WBC rankings that should have had the opportunity to fight Mario Barrios. And Manny Pacquiao was trying to take a shot away from Shakram Giyashev, who was supposed to have his opportunity to fight Rolly Romero. And he was also supposed to have his opportunity to fight Amante Stanionis. Now, I know he took step aside money and all that stuff. But what I'm saying is that he was in a position to get a title shot. So that's when I'd be like, I'm a little annoyed. But when it comes to Manny and Floyd fighting each other, I prefer that they fight each other than anybody else. And like I said, I'm not really mad at it. Like I said, it's not taking away any opportunities. In my estimations, it's not. Now, if you want to say maybe the event could be used for somebody else to main event or something like that, just taking attention away from the other champions, but I can't knock somebody for that because they could have people on the undercard, just like what Jake Paul is doing, right? Like, so, got people on the undercard, and I want to be mad at it. I'm not looking forward to it. If it happens, it happens.
Since we on the air, do you mind me asking you this question? How would you react to the WBA stripping Rolly and making Giyashev fight fighter A for that vacant belt, no matter who it is?
I wouldn't like it. I think it would be unfair. I think that'd be extremely unfair. Yeah, especially, and like I said, Cenk is one of my favorite fighters, but it make me immediately think of that. And then also make me immediately think of.
Oh no, I'm talking about Rolly.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm saying how you gonna strip Rolly and not strip Tank? So that's what I'm saying. I think it would be unfair. And then Naoya Inoue, right? Like it made me think about how long Naoya Inoue got to fight MJ Akmadaliev, the same WBA. You didn't strip Naoya Inoue, but you're gonna strip Rolly. So yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be pissed for him. I definitely make some videos about that. Well, how you feel about it?
135. It would be a little harder because it's kind of convoluted as far as who would be the top two names because they have three guys and waiting for it.
Yeah. Floyd Schofield,
Lamont
Lucas Body.
Schofield is already number one, and Body fought an eliminator.
Yep, fought a title eliminator against Roger Gutierrez. Yep, I'm with you.
Would they circumvent Lamont because he's fighting Pitbull at 40 and just do Body and Kid?
Yep. Yeah, actually talked about that earlier in the stream today. Yep. That's what I think would happen. I think there'll be Body and Kid for interim belt, and then see what Tank decides to do if he wants to continue boxing or leave. And if he leaves, then that person gets elevated, I would think. If not, then he'll fight the winner. That's what I anticipate, but I don't know. I can't call what the President Gilberto Mendoza and the WBA is going to do. I can't call that.
So would it be
Good
similar
luck.
to a situation to how the WO forced T.O. out of retirement when they started ordering up fights?
That's interesting. Yeah, probably.
Because it was, I think it was Barboza and the guy from Spain,
Yeah, I know you're talking about Martin.
Xander Martin.
Mm-hmm.
But they stalled it because Devin had submitted his paperwork moving up from 35. Then out of nowhere, T.O. returned.
Come on now. Yeah, I don't know, man. I definitely don't think Tank is retiring permanently, but we shall see. But I saw your message. Oh, Mario should have stopped Pacquiao, but Layla jump in there. The quote, best believe, jump in there with the quote. Excuse me, best believe she not holding back facts. Albert said, Mike Tyson versus Mayweather seems more interesting to you, for real. If I had to pick between those two, I'd rather have Mayweather and Pacquiao. I don't really care. Rolly is the biggest overachiever to me. Man, shout out to Rolly, man. I rock with Rolly, man. I like Rolly. But y'all, man, I'm about to go ahead and call it, man. We should be back. If I could find where the fight tonight is going to be broadcasted between the ladies, Mary Spencer and Michaela Mayer, with also having Matthew on there, light heavyweight contender. I'm looking forward to seeing him. Wait, is he light heavyweight or super middleweight? Light heavyweight, I believe. Wilkins Matthew. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that, man. So I'm gonna try to be back on if I can find it. That's at 8 o'clock, I believe. So if
It should be easy.
Yeah, it should
I
be.
think the Roku channels are universal, so it should be in the 800s
Bet.
on the ESPN Classic channel.
In the 800s on the Roku on the ESPN Classic channel. Gosh dang.
Gosh. Smoking Gun. and Bonanza. On TV Land.
On TV Land, bro. Hey, nah, man. Y'all wrong, bro. Y'all wrong, man. Y'all got to do Michaela Mann in that, man. All right, Boxing Talk up north. My brother, Big Dolph in the building, said it's on Tubi.
You know, I looked it up, so I'm sitting here like, Bob the Builder got his own channel?
That's crazy. Got his own channel, bro. Got his own channel, bro. That's what they competing with. Bob the Builder, bro. Damn. Why they do Michaela like that, man? Don't do Michaela like that, man. Michaela a legend, man. Oh.
Well, at least they got their own channel, per se.
True. Mary Spencer's been in there with the
ESPN Classics. Top Rank Classics.
Top Rank Classics. That's what Ariel Hawani and Devin said. Devin said he saw a Top Rank fighter on Tubi, boy. Hey, I'll take it too. Hey, I'm just talking trash because I could imagine if there was another platform, you know, PBC, Al Heyman. But like I said, bro, how could I be? I was actually happy that Anyway was on Facebook Live. Because, hey, it's free. Well, I mean, that's a little different because you don't have to pay for Anyway fights anyway. But not a big star like that. But what I'm saying is that it's accessible, right? You don't have to. I'm not mad at it, man. But they make fun of other fighters and other entities being on BLK Prime and being on Trilla and being on. They on gosh dang Tubi, bitch. They on the Roku joint. Roku came with my TV 10 years ago. Hey, yo, come on, man. Come on, man.
They on the free, some free channels at that.
You feel me? What it was called again? I think Amazon just ate them up. What is it? Freevee? Yeah, on Freevee, man.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. But nah, sorry. Hey, as long as I get to watch it, I'm cool, man. I'm with Al Booger on that, man. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all rocking. I'm about to go ahead and slide, man. Man. Look at Al Booger trying to say Top Rank, man. He said, hey, Bob, whatever you paying Al Booger, man, you paying him good. Al Booger said, it's a good channel, though. No cap. They putting on classic fights non-stop. That's what I'm talking about.
It is a good channel, but that's
Facts.
usually where the old men be watching it.
Come on now. You supposed to tune in Top Rank Classics and see maybe what the Tim Bradley the earliest. You supposed to see like Ali on there. You feel me? You supposed to see Muhammad Ali. Maybe Oscar De La Hoya or something like that. You ain't supposed to see Michaela Mayer today. Come on, man. There ain't no classic. It might be a classic, but it ain't a classic right now.
If you grab your remote and press the voice function and say, "Let me see the top ranked classics," you know it ain't gonna take you there. You gotta actually pick up that motherfucker remote and start scrolling through that motherfucker. But if you say Bob the Builder, that channel pop up right then and there.
Pop up right there. Got the function in it, man. 2025 functions, man. Damn. Shout out Booker. Facts, dog. We know what time it is. Come on now. Hey, I appreciate y'all, Booker, with the gifted membership and all that, man. But yeah, man, my brother Time, I'm about to go ahead and call it, man. Stay on their necks, though, man, with that nonsense, man. Check them goofies,
I'm
man.
gonna go talk to Wheelchair Jimmy again.
That's
you know
crazy.
what I mean? Talk to him about this 757584.
Hey.
Hey, we talking about Buddy getting knocked out in the second round.
Second round. I ain't gonna lie. If it's an early stoppage, I'll be surprised. Early stoppage either way. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't know, man. We'll see. We shall see, man. I'm excited. I'm excited, man. My brother, man, I appreciate you coming through, man. I'm out, man.
All right, my man.
Yes, sir. God bless, bro. Hey, man, I want to say this too, man. Shout out to Ty for coming through on the Discord. Shout out to Irony came through. Shout out to Irony. Shout out to my brother Tufo. Shout out to T Hill. You know what I'm saying? Coming through on the Discord, man. Shout out to everybody pulling up, man. Shout out to everybody pulling up. I appreciate y'all for real, man. It means a lot, man. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Shout out to everybody that showed love in the super chat and with the gifted memberships. If you were gifted a membership, consider renewing that membership upon expiration. Really keeps us going and growing, man. So I appreciate that. And if you're not a member already, please consider becoming a member. Starting at $3 a month, you get access to all these fire remotes, and you get perks like getting to stay longer in the Discord when we pull you up, and you get access to certain channels, exclusive channels that let you recommend your own content and stuff like that. Yeah, man, appreciate y'all coming through for real, man. Shout out to Candy Slim for the $5. Shout out to Big Dog Willie for the $2. Shout out to Clone for the $5. Shout out to Al Booger for the gifted membership, man. All the love we get, man. Also, too, I want to throw prayers up for those around the country that are being victimized and criminalized and, you know, mistreated, man. You know what I'm saying? Whether you agree with it or not, that is a hell of situation or deal to be in. You know what I'm saying? Anybody getting their families forcefully separated, you know, and sent away, and lack of communication and lack of transparency and lack of representation in forms of the legality of it, right? So stay strong, and I think that, you know, hey, this too shall pass. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that wickedness could go on unchecked for too long. You know, everybody has their day, but that day comes to an end as well. So just keep them in our prayers, and God will have the final say. You know what I'm talking about? So shout out to them, and also not rest in peace, but also yes, rest in peace to those that passed away due to the storm in Jamaica. But also we wish them a swift recovery, and our prayers and thoughts go out to those in Jamaica, all the residents of Jamaica that are dealing with the Hurricane Melissa. That's a Category 5. So yeah, we want to keep them in our thoughts and prayers. I hope that they fare well and have a swift recovery to the infrastructure on that island, man, because that's tough. The island country of Jamaica and any other country that's in the trajectory of the hurricane. You know, the trajectory of the projected path of the hurricane. Shout out to Ghost. He says, "Bro, I'm late. It's all good, my brother. Smack the like button for your boy." He said, "Is this Xander Zayas fight really confirmed?" Yeah, man. Well, verbally. So they verbally agreed. Abass Baraou, the WBA champion, has verbally agreed with Xander Zayas, the WBO champion at 154, for a unification fight in late January. It is verbally agreed, has not been fully finalized, but we're hoping that it'll be finalized soon. You know, we have the WBO convention in Bogota, Colombia, the country of Colombia down in South America. So we're hoping that things will get, We're hoping that things will get situated, man. We'll get this dope fight between two dope champions, man. Abass Baraou, Mr. International, against Xander Zayas, the youngest champion in boxing right now. So yeah, we're hoping. Shout out to Al Booger. I see y'all, Booger. Facts. Hey, Miguel Cotto and Sugar Shea Mosley, you feel me? These are the classics, bro. You know what I'm saying? They got the currently relevant active fighters on the classic channel. Gosh dang. And they talk about PBC dying. And in addition to that, Al Booger, they have Jedabek, who's a unified 160-pound champion that fights on Top Rank. And Oshiki Foster is the WBC 130-pound champion that fights on Top Rank. They're on PBC cards. I don't think it's a bad thing, man. This card is going to be fire with Lamont Roach and Isa Pipo Cruz and Jesus Ramos and Shane Mosley Jr. and Oshiki Foster and Stephen Fulton and Arizlani Lara, Jedabek, and Lim Kanuli. But I cannot help but imagine what the goofballs would be saying if it was the other way around and PBC sent two of their champions to go fight on a top ranked card under a top ranked banner on a top ranked broadcast. And then have another fight on a Thursday on gosh dang Tubi. This ain't a movie. Bitch, we on Tubi. You know? We on classics, and I ain't talking about Reebok classics. You know, I'm talking about top ranked classics. I'm just saying. After Michaela Mayer versus Mary Spencer, we gonna watch Ali versus Foreman. Hey, yo. Come on, man. But yeah, man, I'm out of here, man. Appreciate y'all rocking with me as always. Don't forget to smack that like button. But most importantly, remember with God, we can do anything. Without God, we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace. From the hood to college. Hold on. Before we do that, hold on. Let me run this. I forgot to run this ad before we leave. For your listening pleasure, we are now on Spotify under Dr. Boxing Talk. The same thing on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, everything. Dr. Boxing Talk, man. Come rock with us. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. And now we out.
From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold, we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys. We bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.